It's time for Arkansas Travelers Baseball. Brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. Now, let's head to the ballpark for the ITT Tech pregame show. Here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Phil Elson.
Live from Frisco, Texas, Arkansas Traveler Baseball is on the air. Well, hello again, everybody, and a very pleasant good evening to you. Welcome to Dr. Pepper Ballpark in Frisco, as tonight minor league baseball and the Texas League present the Arkansas Travelers and the Frisco RoughRiders, Game 2 of a 3-game series. I'm Phil Elson, and thanks for tuning in to the ITT Tech pregame show here on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE. ITT Tech can be found online at itt-tech.edu. Travelers open up the road trip with a loss yesterday, first of a 7-game trip. Travelers only managing 5 base hits against the RoughRider pitching staff in a 2-1 defeat. Thomas Diamond picks up his 3rd win against 1 loss, striking out 6 in 6 shutout innings. Chris Hunter gave one of the better starting performances of the season for the Travs, limiting Frisco to only 8 hits and 2 runs over 7 innings, with both runs coming in the 6th on an RBI single by Adam Morrissey and a run-scoring triple from Travis Metcalf. And although Hunter gave his best performance of the year, the Travelers still fall for the 11th time over the last 12 games, and the Travs fall to a 15-28 record, and the Frisco RoughRiders up to a 21-22 record. Tonight, the Travs will send Jesse Smith to the hill. Smith had took a loss in his last couple of starts. Is 3-3 with a .460 earned run average. No other Travelers starting pitcher has more than 1 victory, and yet Smith won 3 in a row from April the 26th until May the 7th. This will be his first look at the RoughRiders. RoughRiders sending a pitcher's had a tough season. Armando Galarraga, who in 8 starts is 0-6 with a .625 earned run average. In those 8 starts, the RoughRiders have lost 7 of them, and so the Travs have a pretty good opportunity to pick up a victory tonight at Dr. Pepper Ballpark. Again, we'd like to thank you for tuning in to the ITT Tech pregame show. There'll be coming plenty more next, including a sit-down chat with Travs manager Tyrone Boykin, and we'll first be coming back after this with word around the Texas League, the scores from yesterday, and setting up your standings right after this on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
It takes teamwork to be able to reach new goals in today's complex business environment. Each one of us should strive to be a step ahead and know how to compete in a rapidly changing world. The ITT Tech School of Business is about helping people prepare for the challenges of a competitive world. ITT Technical Institute School of Business, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I take a sip, I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, stay with me. What's your name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight down to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Open one, take a sip, and everything should be right back to normal.
Okay.
Don't worry, Robert. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. VC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take VC for stress headache, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take VC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Asheboro, NC, and my pain reliever is VC.
User directed.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Gorgeous day in Frisco today. Phil Elson with you on the ITT Tech pregame show at Dr. Pepper 7-Up Ballpark. 90 degrees at the moment. There are 20-mile-an-hour winds blowing across the outfield from right to left. Gusts will be up to about 25 today. Low of 70 by the time this game is over, and just perfect weather for an evening baseball game in North Texas. The ITT Tech pregame show rolling along. Phil Elson with you, checking out yesterday's scores. The Corpus Christi Hooks bang out 4 home runs in a 9-6 victory over the Wichita Wranglers. Jorge Cortez, J.R. House, Derek Nicholson, and Hunter Pence, all with the home runs. Pence His seventh-inning homer was his league-leading 13th of the year. Also finished 2 for 4 and is hitting .307. Nicholson, a 3-run shot, also finished 3 for 3. Winning pitcher for Corpus Christi in relief, Monty Mansfield. Losing pitcher Derek DePriest gave up 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning and falls to an 0-4 record. Yesterday in Springfield, the Cardinals get another outstanding pitching performance from right-hander Stuart Pomerantz as he pitches Springfield to a 2-1 victory over the Midland Rockhounds. Pomerantz now 6-0. His ERA falls down to 3 with 7 innings of work, scattering 3 hits, striking out 4, and giving up only 1 run. Corey Doyne, a scoreless 8th inning, and Mark Worrell came on for his 12th save, retiring the last 3 batters in a row. Ray Aguiar was the losing pitcher for Midland, falling to 3-3. Springfield wins with 8 base hits, 2 off the bat of Mike McCoy, 1 RBI for Rainer Laya, the other one scoring on an error by Midland. Elsewhere, Tulsa yesterday, 6-5 winners over the San Antonio Missions in a game that went 14 innings. Bill Kashansky with a 14th inning single to pick up the winning run. Judd Sigpen finishes 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs, including his second home run of the season. Troy Tulowitzki had hit his 4th home run for Tulsa. The Missions came back with a 3-run rally in the top of the 9th inning, and then the Drillers tied it, forcing it into extra innings. Winning pitcher Manuel Corpus 2-1. John Hubert took the loss, and he falls to 0-3. A look at the Texas League standings shows Springfield in the north on a 3-game winning streak. Cardinals at 26-16, 2 games in front of Tulsa. The Wichita Wranglers, who lost 2 in a row, are 9 games out. Then the Travs, 3 losses in a row, record of 15-28, 11.5 games off the pace. Corpus Christi, by virtue of their win in Midland's loss yesterday, the Hooks, 3.5-game lead over Midland going into today's action. Frisco 6 games off the pace, and San Antonio pulling up the rear at 10 games out. Pitching matchups tonight across the league. It'll be Tulsa hosting San Antonio. Jason McIntosh pitching for the Missions against Tulsa's right-hander Mark Kaiser. Corpus Christi sends Josh Miller to the hill looking for a 6th win. Wichita does not announce a starting pitcher, and it's Midland and Springfield tonight, 7:10 for his pitch. Brad Ziegler pitching for the Rockhounds against right-hander Mike Parisi. Keep you updated on those games as we get throughout the broadcast today. For right now, we'll take a break and return with a sit-down chat with Traveler manager Tyrone Boykin and see what's going on exactly with the situation involving Aaron Teal and Keith Johnson. All that will be explained after this on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better, all because 2 great companies that you know and trust, have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most, yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and FCC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with products and services to keep you connected to work, home, to life. Introducing the new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch. Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Quitting smoking is hard, and it's even harder to do it alone. The good news is there is help. Just call the SOS Quit line. 1-866-NOW-QUIT. They'll give you the information and program you need to get free of tobacco. And the service is free, too. Try it. Call 1-866-NOW-QUIT and start to get free. I promise, it's a great feeling. 1-866-NOW-QUIT. Call today.
Faithfully chronicling the Bush administration implosion.
Air America Little Rock.
1380 KDXE North Little Rock.
Welcome back to the ITT Technical Institute 3-game show. Tonight, the Travelers taking on the Frisco RoughRiders in Game 2 of a 3-game series. Bill Elson joined by Travs manager Tyrone Boykin. Ty, yesterday, one of the better pitch games that we've seen of the season on both ends. Really, Thomas Diamond looked pretty good for the Frisco RoughRiders. Chris Hunter had his finest start as a Trav, giving you 7 very strong innings. Talk about Chris Hunter's performance and how he's improved since he came off the disabled list about a week and a half ago.
it was very encouraging to see him throw the ball the way he did yesterday. He's been working extremely hard, focusing a lot on his direction to home plate. You get a lot of pitchers. When they let the ball go, there's certain things that can happen in their delivery that may cause them to pull off the ball. They may go side to side with their body as opposed to straight toward the plate, and that's something Hunter's been focusing on. Yesterday, it looked like to me he had everything figured out. His direction was good. His delivery was sound. He was down in the zone. He's mixing his pitches well. He gave up 8 hits, but out of those 8 hits, probably 3 or 4 of them were only hard-hit balls. The rest of them were just bloopers and bleeders that got through the infield. So to see his outing yesterday and just his second outing off the disabled list was very, very encouraging.
Hi, talking about the starting pitching. Starting pitching has been a strength at times for this ball club, but the starting 5 haven't necessarily been able to see their fine performances result in victories. The starting rotation, I believe, only has 5 wins between all 5 of them a month and a half into the season. That says a lot that there's been some comebacks late in the game. When you're dealing with starting pitchers, and obviously they want to get those W's, you worry sometimes about a little bit of discouragement that when they give their best, they don't always get that win.
No, I think these guys understand that all they can control is what they do. They can go out there and, if they pitch their tails off and then, they'll come out of the game and they end up with a no decision or a loss, I mean, they can't control that. Everybody knows how well a particular pitcher is pitching or has been pitching. You can look at his stats. You can look at, different things. I mean, so I don't think these guys are really worried about it. It's a little discouraging as a starter to know that, I could be, 5-1 as opposed to, 0-4. So whatever, but when you have a team that's struggling a little bit and your bullpen's struggling and they're giving up some of the starters' runs, all you can do is just focus more on being prepared to come into the game. All you can do is focus on mechanics from a reliever standpoint and just talk to them about, what's your plan coming into the game. As a starter, I can go out there and control my issue, control my game, pitch my game, and let everything else take care of itself.
Ty, it's been an emotional few days for the Arkansas Travelers, starting with the big comeback win over Springfield on Friday, capped by the grand slam from Greg Porter. That's always an emotional way to win a ball game. And then the meltdown in the 9th inning against Springfield the next day, followed by the incident involving Aaron Teel and Keith Johnson in the dugout on Sunday. And then yesterday, a hard-fought one-run ball game. The team's been dealing with a lot of close games recently and a lot of emotion. Can you describe to me what you feel the mindset of your team is right now getting into the second game of this road trip?
Honestly, I can say it's pretty good. I mean, guys are playing the music in the clubhouse. The spirits are up, morale's up, chemistry's still there. It's no secret. We're struggling. We're going through some rough times. We've had some things happen that, are a little uncharacteristic of some of our guys. But, we deal with things and we move on. We come out every day to play a game. This isn't basketball where you play once or twice a week. It's not football where you play once a week. You play every day, and I continue to talk to these guys about this profession being a grind. It's day in and day out. You can let what happened yesterday affect you when you come out, or you can put it past you and move on. So, that's what we're doing. Everything that's going on, we talk about it. We iron things out. We patch things up, and we move on. That's all we can do.
Ty, how did you deal with the situation involving Keith Johnson and Aaron Teel? He's not been in the lineup the last 2 days. He is on the road trip with the ball club. Should we expect to see Aaron in the lineup anytime soon?
No. He is, in my opinion, he's been suspended right now. He's for disciplinary actions. He won't play this whole road trip. He'll be fine, though. So, the main thing is, you have to control your emotions. What happened between Teel and Chief Johnson, the hitting coach, was just the emotions took over, some yelling. It didn't go any farther than that, but there were some things said that I personally didn't like, and as far as I'm concerned, it's all about respect. You respect your staff, you respect your coaches. When I make a decision as far as this team, if there's any questions, direct it to me, and that's what, I've told our players. If there's any problems with playing time or any pitch or whatever the case is, come to me. I'm the guy that makes the decision. So if there's a problem, I'm the one that you direct it to. So, no, Teel won't play at all this road trip. He's here, continuing to get his at-bats. There's no hard feelings. There's none of that animosity. When you do things that you're not supposed to do, you've got to be punished to some degree. We've talked to Teel. We've talked to hitting coach Chief Johnson. They've ironed things out. It was really no big deal as far as I'm concerned, and I've talked to our farm director about it. But like I said, at some point when you say certain things that you shouldn't say, and it's directed to a staff member, to me it shows disrespect, and that has to be addressed.
And it is worth mentioning that amends have been made, as you'd mentioned. Keith and Aaron have patched things up. They're definitely on speaking terms and still on coaching terms. But, Ty, I appreciate your forthcoming with the suspension for appeal for the rest of this road trip. Ty, thanks a lot for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this, but first give Ty a $15 gift certificate to Shorty Smalls, located in Little Rock, North Little Rock, and Conway. Be right back after this on Air America, Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Sid Gutierrez had a childhood much like you'd expect growing up in 1960s New Mexico. A lot of sun, a lot of sky, and a lot of dreams about what you might be when you grow up. After school, many of Sid's friends went on to work for local factories and businesses. Some moved away, but none moved as far away as Sid. Sid Gutierrez is recognized as the first Hispanic to pilot a space shuttle, and he's a member of the International Space Hall of Fame. But before he went into space, he went to Webster University. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard. Cashback, airline miles, or merchandise points, and you'll never pay an annual fee. For limited time, we'll give you 1,000 reward points, and you'll get a low 6.9% annual percentage rate for the life of balance transfers. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at ascu.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Welcome back to the Big Soda Bottle, otherwise known as Dr. Pepper Ballpark in Frisco, Texas. Phil Elson with you on the ITT Tech pregame show. It's the Travelers and the Frisco RoughRiders, game 2 of a 3-game series. Get to the starting lineup, beginning with the homestanding Frisco RoughRiders, AA affiliate of the Texas Rangers, are managed by second-year skipper Darrell Kennedy. 21 wins, 22 losses. The RoughRiders in third place in the Texas League South, 6 games out behind Corpus Christi. Casey Benjamin will be handling the leadoff duties and plays shortstop. Batting second at second base, Adam Morrissey. Nate Gold in the lineup, batting third and playing first base. Designated hitter James Fasano is the cleanup batter, with the 5-hitter Travis Metcalf playing third base. Batting sixth, right fielder Anthony Webster. Jake Blaylock in the 7th spot is in left field. Batting eighth, the catcher Kevin Richardson. Kevin Mahar will bat ninth, and Mahar in center field. The Arkansas Travelers, a AA affiliate of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Manager Tyrone Boykin has a 15-28 record this year, and Arkansas in last place in the North Division, 11.5 games out of first. Leading off today, Dwayne Bacon, the center fielder. Eric Rodlin batting second and playing second base. Brandon Wood in the 3-hole at shortstop. Cleaning up, first baseman Greg Porter. Bobby Wilson, as the starting catcher, will be batting fifth. Batting sixth, third baseman Matt Brown. Matt Pauley hit a home run yesterday, driving in the only Traveler run, is the 7-hitter and playing right field. David Gates bats eighth. He'll be in left. And rounding out the Trav starting 9, designated hitter Jason Espito. Each team sends a right-hander to the hill today. It's Jesse Smith for the Arkansas Travelers. Native of Lincoln, Nebraska, making his 10th appearance of the year, 9th as a starting pitcher. He's lost his last 2 games by scores of 3-1 and 10-2. Overall record 3-3 with a 460 earned run average. Smith allowing a 306 batting average against, just 2 homers and only 10 walks in 45 innings. He's also allowed 56 base hits, striking out 24. One note of interest for Smith: this will be his 5th start away from Raywinter Field. He's pitched much better on the road with a 3.12 earned run average, which is almost 3.5 runs under his home ERA. So Smith on the mound tonight with his first game against the AA affiliate of the Rangers. Meanwhile, Armando Galarraga will be pitching today for the Frisco RoughRiders, formerly a prospect from the Expo system that was sent over to the Rangers in 2004. He is only 23 years old, yet has been pitching professionally for the last 6 years. 0-6 record, however, this season in his first go-around in the Texas League with an ERA at 6.25. He's allowed a 3.42 batting average against, 53 hits and 5 homers over 36 innings. He's walked 11 and struck out 31. Hailing from Caracas, Venezuela, Galarraga stands 6'4" and weighs 180 pounds. The umpire's group for today's game, coming from the Country Club, Al Chervick is behind the plate. Ty Webb over at third base, and the All-American boy, Carl Spackler, is calling out at first. Gorgeous night for baseball here in northern Texas, and we'll have the first pitch coming up shortly on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Make your plans now to see the best racing under the lights at Texas Motor Speedway, June 8th, 9th, and 10th. You won't want to miss another incredible finish like this one from 2002.
Here we come once again. It's going to be the line. The winner's going to be Sam Ornish Jr. by 96 tenths of a second.
The Oak Creek Homes qualifying day for the IRL and the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series will be Thursday, June 8th. And on Friday, June 9th, David Starr, Dennis Sexton, Todd Boda, and the rest of the Craftsman Truck Series will go door-to-door and heat up the asphalt in the Samstown 400. But the weekend would not be complete without the fearless drivers of the Indy Racing League at speeds over 200 miles per hour in the Bombardier Learjet 500 Saturday night, June 10th. Could it be Dan Weldon, Sam Hornish Jr., Tony Kanaan, or Danica Patrick claiming the Texas victory? Don't miss the action under the lights. Call 817-215-8500 or visit TexasMotorspeedway.com. Texas Motor Speedway, celebrating 10 years strong. You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back at Dr. Pepper 7-Up Ballpark. Phil Elson with you on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE. The RoughRiders taking the field in front of a smattering of fans at this 10,000 capacity 4-year-old ballpark. It used to be called Dr. Pepper 7-Up Park. Now it is taking away the 7-Up. No more lemon, no more lime. Dr. Pepper all the way. Well, the RoughRiders beating the Travs yesterday by a 2-1 final score, highlighting one of the strengths of the RoughRiders. Their pitching, 3.71 ERA as the team. It is the second lowest ERA amongst all Texas League teams. They had one of their top pitchers, in fact, the top pitching prospect in the system, Thomas Diamond, going yesterday. Today is sending Armando Galarraga to the hill. Galarraga, who came over to the over to the Rangers this year, has gone 0-6 and never has he lost more than 8 games, although albeit he's been injured during the middle 3 years of his career, only making 7 appearances from 2002 to 2003. Pitched with Savannah in 2004 with the Expo system, going 5-5 with a 4.65 ERA. He split last year between 2 stops in the Nationals system, going 6-8 with Potomac and Harrisburg at single-A and double-A. Had a 5.19 ERA in the Eastern League, and the Eastern League known better as a pitcher circuit. And he comes out here to the Texas League, and the ERA has jumped up over a full run to 6.25. Last time out, Galarraga got a no decision, allowing 4 runs and 5 1/3. But the RoughRiders lost that ball game by a 6-5 final score. Quick note of interest, we'll be checking up on the Angels game today against the Texas Rangers. That game starting right about now. Former Traveler John Lackey is starting pitching today, 3-3 record, 3.70 ERA. You may have heard also that former Traveler first baseman Kendry Morales was called up to the major leagues, and he'll be starting at first base for the Angels, as Mike Scioscia had said in an interview in the LA Times, for the better part of the next month. And so as of now, Kendry Morales is the everyday first baseman for the Los Angeles Angels after really coming on the last couple of weeks for Salt Lake, and Jason Bollinger was sent down from the Angels bullpen back into the Salt Lake Bees bullpen. So still no moves made for the Arkansas Travelers ever since Mike Elward was called up to AAA Salt Lake a couple of weeks ago. Well, we're set for action. Dwayne Bacon leads off and takes the first pitch from Galarraga right down the middle for a strike. 7:05 first pitch, 90 degrees at game time. Galarraga facing Bacon, Rodlin, and Wood here in the first. Wayne, a switch hitter from the left side. Right-hander delivers, and Bacon takes high of fastball, and it's 1-1. Bacon yesterday, 1 for 4, hitting .241 on the season with 3 homers and 14 runs batted in. Third baseman Metcalf playing up a little bit as the windup from Galarraga, and the 1-1 is popped up over the third base seat. Out of play for a strike, and it's 1-2 on Bacon. Wayne's been coming on. Remember, he was hitting in the low 200s for the better part of the first month of the season, but he bumped his average up to .241 with 10 hits in his last 6 games. Really starting to hit the ball solidly. Would have had 2 hits yesterday, but Enrique Cruz made a leaping catch on the first play of the game. There's the windup by Galarraga. And Bacon will take a slider off the inside corner and evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Galarraga, although he has a .625 earned run average, he's only allowed 2 runs in the first inning this year. Seems to have more trouble in the 4th and the 5th. 2-2 count on the switch-hitting Bacon. Galarraga finds the sign and deals, and Bacon pulls it to the first baseman Gold. A high bouncing ball. Gold will field it on the second bounce. Run to the base for an unassisted putout, and Bacon is out number 1. Set the fielders behind. Galarraga in left is Jake Blaylock. Kevin Mahar in center field with Anthony Webster patrolling right. Travis Metcalf at third base. It's Benjamin at short, Morrissey at second, Gold at first, and Kevin Richardson behind the dish. Eric Rodlin steps to the plate for Arkansas. Left-handed batter takes low and outside, ball 1. Right now in the batter's box and the catcher's box, we got 2 former Gonzaga Bulldogs, Richardson and Rodlin, part of Gonzaga's baseball 2001 campaign. The 1-0 to Rodlin over the outside corner for a strike, and it's 1-1. There's actually 3 players in today's game that went to college at Gonzaga, and that counts first baseman Nate Gold of the RoughRiders as well. Here's the 1-1 to Rodlin. Eric swings, lines a base hit into right field, so a 1-out single for Rodlin. He had a 6-game hit streak end yesterday with an 0-for-3 effort, but right back on the horse and raising that batting average higher than .346. We mentioned for the last week, Rodlin's batting average is the highest active batting average for any Texas leaguer. In fact, Mike Elward had enough at-bats during his short time with Arkansas to qualify for the batting title until yesterday. He's since been erased off the batting list. Elward was hitting .365 before his promotion. Jason Perry still leading the league at .402, but he's been with AAA Sacramento for the last couple of weeks. So Rodlin is really the leading hitter in the Texas League. They're about a month and a half into the season. Brandon Wood stands in. Check swing on a first pitch curveball. They'll appeal to the first base umpire, Carl Spackler. Spackler says he didn't go. It's a ball 1 on Wood. Brandon slump is down to 2 for his last 27, including an 0-for-3 game yesterday. Reached base once, getting hit by a pitch, and showing Wood's ability as a hard-nosed player. Right after he was hit by the pitch, he stole second base, but was stranded. Count 1-0, and the delivery. Swung on, foul, tipped off the catcher, strike 1. Rodlin, a 1-out single, hitting .370 during the month of May. Brandon Wood's season average down to .244. Still leading the team with 8 home runs. And the team leader at 31 runs batted in. Rodlin leading away. Galarraga seems to work very deliberately. Comes set at the belt. He is ready. Delivery to Wood is a strike. On the inside corner, a fastball. And it is 1-2. Wood during the month of May hitting only .194. With 2 home runs in 18 games this month after hitting 6 in the month of April. Hit .278 during his first month. Behind of the count 1-2. Wood waiting. Here's Galarraga's pitch. A slider in the dirt. Blocked, and there goes Rodlin for second. The throw from Richardson is high, but still in time to record Rodlin out at second base. The tag applied by the second baseman, Adam Morrissey. Rodlin wasn't running with the pitch. Richardson blocked that one. It rolled off to the right side 3 or 4 feet. And Rodland had a big secondary lead, but seemed to make up his mind a little too late to advance in the second. 2-4 on the out, no caught stealing, fielder's choice. Now the 2-2 to Wood is outside and evens it up. Pardon me, makes it 3 balls, 2 strikes. Greg Porter in the on-deck circle. Galarraga, not an overpowering pitcher. Here comes the payoff to Wood. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Wood was on his way to first base, but it was a slider that broke at the elbows right on the inside black. A really beautiful pitch by Armando Galarraga to finish the first inning. No runs for the Travs, 1 base hit, nobody left. Go to the bottom of the first, and here comes Jesse Smith on the hill for the Travs. We'll see how Smith does in the bottom of the first inning after these words on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
In 1998, New York City Marathon runner German Silva made a huge mistake. 1/2 mile from the finish line, he took a wrong turn. When he heard yells from the crowd and saw the looks on their faces, he realized his mistake. He immediately turned around, but the error cost him a crucial 15 seconds. His only hope for winning now was to sprint to make up for lost distance. Did he have the energy? Could he do it? He later said, "Too much work had gone into this race. I had to fight it out." He was able to make up the lost distance and finish first in his division, but only because he refused to allow a wrong turn to knock him out of his quest for the prize. I'm Mark Evans, pastor of the church at Rock Creek. You know, there are times in life when we make a wrong turn, but when we discover that it was a wrong turn, the wise person changes direction.
Cotton candy here. Get your cotton. Any peanuts? Nope. Hot dog. Slushy. Nada. Camel corn? No. Can I get something other than cotton candy? Pink of blue, mister. Pink of blue.
Variety is a good thing, especially when it comes to orthopedic services. That's why Baptist Health in Ortho, Arkansas provide the most comprehensive orthopedic care the state has to offer. From outpatient procedures to rehabilitation and prevention. To reach a specialist or for more information, call Baptist Health Helpline at 227-8478 and get back to the things you love.
Actually, I do have peanuts.
Really?
Nah, just kidding.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Jesse Smith warming up out of the pitcher's mound here at Dr. Pepper Ballpark in Frisco after the Travs went down to the first inning. Without being able to move anybody to second base, Brandon Wood caught looking to end the first. And so Jesse Smith on the hill facing Casey Benjamin, Adam Morrissey, and Nate Gold. Reminder, Traveler fans, the Texas League All-Star Game in Little Rock, June the 20th. You want to get your tickets by dialing 664-1555. Tickets still available for the Texas League All-Star Game, $8 for all box seats. General admission prices are $6 for adults and $3 for kids 14 and under. Texas League All-Star Game brought to you by Arkansas Federal Credit Union. Get a hold of them at 982-1000. And you can look at them online at afcu.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers. So it's start number 9 and appearance number 10 for Jesse Smith. Had a decision in each of his last 5 appearances, losing his last 2 starts. And Smith lost 2 starts ago on May 13th, allowing just 1 earned run in 6 innings. But the Travs were shut down offensively and lost by a 3-1 final score. Last time Smith didn't have his best stuff, gave up 7 runs, which is a season high against Jesse, in just 5 in the 3rd inning. And the Travs lost 10-2. We'll see what Smith brings to the plate today. Right-hander goes to work against Benjamin and fires a strike on the first pitch. 0-1 to the left-handed shortstop of the RoughRiders, right-hand thrower. You will never see a left-handed throwing shortstop in the minors. Benjamin, Morrissey, and Gold. Morrissey and Gold from the right side. The 0-1 to Benjamin is outside, and it is a 1-1 count. Casey Benjamin at 6'2", 190 pounds, from Cookeville, Tennessee, hitting .301 to lead all RoughRider batters. The 1-1 grounded over the mound, but Brandon Wood has a plain back of second. He'll flip to first base and retire Benjamin 6-3. That'll bring up Adam Morrissey. Good play by Brandon. He's been shading up the middle a little bit. Really, he's positioning himself very well on the infield to field ground balls in back of the mound. But that has opened the hole at shortstop a little bit. Brandon was right there to pick it up. But if he wasn't positioned the right way,
That ball was just about 3 feet to the left of second base. It could have gotten up the middle if he was playing towards third. So one away, bringing up Adam Morrissey, right-handed batter in his 12th game as a Rough Rider. Here's Smith's first pitch from the windup. Fastball off the outside corner, ball one. Morrissey was signed by the Rangers this year after spending the last 4 seasons in the system of the Oakland A's. A 1-0 to the right-hander is a ball inside 2-0. Morrissey was 7 for 40 with AAA Oklahoma before getting sent down to Frisco, and he's had a lot of success in the Texas League previously. Texas League champion with the Rockhounds last year. It's a strike from Smith on the inside corner. 2-1 the count on Morrissey. Morrissey hitting .422 in the Texas League this season in 11 games. 2-1 is fouled right back into the net. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Morrissey has hit 2 home runs and driven in 6. As we've seen before, Morrissey is a very versatile ball player, playing shortstop, second base, or third, and a little outfield. Here's a 2-2. A swing and a ground ball up the middle, but Wood couldn't get to that. It was hit too hard. And a base hit for Adam Morrissey, a 1-out single in the first inning. And that'll bring Nate Gold to the plate. Morrissey, who had just 7 hits over the first month of the season with Oklahoma. Well, that's his 20th hit in just 12 games at AA. Gold, playing in his 33rd game, large right-hand hitter at 6'3", 220 pounds. Good power, 5 home runs, 19 RBIs. And Smith from the stretch will throw a fastball, and it's popped up over first base. Greg Porter into foul territory has a play. Now it drifts into fair ground, and Porter makes the catch for out number 2. The wind is blowing today rather hard, 25-mile-an-hour gusts across the outfield from right to left. So that'll blow foul balls from first base into fair territory quite a bit. And here at Dr. Pepper Ballpark, where there's an ample amount of foul ground on the infield. They'll also push some balls that would go over the Arkansas dugout. Travis in the first base dugout. That would push them over the dugout and back into the field of play. So everybody's going to have to be ready. Not everything you think is going to go foul will stay foul on a windy day in Frisco. 2 outs, and the left-hand batting James Fasano stands in. Morrissey still at first with an average lead. First pitch, a strike on the inside edge, 0-1. Fasano yesterday also batted cleanup, but handled the first base chores. Finished 0 for 4. Lowered his average to 286. 23rd game at AA for Fasano. 0-0 score. Travis went down to the top of the first without much going. There's a 1-out single in the bottom half by Adam Morrissey, but Smith steps off, looks him back to first base. Morrissey is still in 1 bag in 1 try, but not taking an aggressive lead. He's even leaning a little bit back to the first base bag. The 0-1 is off the outside corner. Ball 1 on Fasano. 1-1. On deck, Travis Metcalf. Jesse Smith, formerly a 6th-round pick out of Illinois Valley Community College. 2003 draft in his 4th professional season. First year at AA. Right-hander sets out of the belt, and the 1-1 tailed low and outside to Fasano. A change-up, and it's a 2-ball, 1-strike count to the cleanup batter. Smith last year, 7 wins, 8 losses, splitting the season between Single-A Cedar Rapids and Advanced A Rancho Cucamonga. But he was a part-time reliever and a part-time starter last season. Here's the 2-1, and it's hit in the air to center field. The Bacon has a bead on it, drifting into left center. He'll make the catch, retiring Fasano. And a scoreless first inning for Jesse Smith. Gives up 1 hit, but strands a man. That'll take us into the second, and a 0-0 score on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Did you know that more than 250 Arkansans are currently awaiting an organ transplant? And did you know that every 16 minutes, a new name is added to the organ transplant waiting list? You can help to reduce these numbers by registering to become an organ donor. Call the Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency at 866-660-5433 or visit the Aurora website at www.arora.org to learn more. Become an organ donor. Give hope. In today's busy world, who has time for questions? Where to go, how to get there, what to eat? With over 30 locations in central, north central, and northeast Arkansas, Double B's has the answers. Double B's makes it easy to stop in and get on with your day, wherever you are. Start your day with Double B's Coffee Cafe. Gourmet coffee, better than most coffee houses. Grab lunch on the go with the latest selections from Quiznos, Pizza Pro, Baskin-Robbins, Chester's Fried Chicken, or Subway. Clean your auto with a car wash. And all Double B's locations feature pay-at-the-pump technology, so you're back on the road in no time. Make the most of your time and stop worrying about life's little questions. We've got the answers at Double B's.
Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, Dr. Pepper. Salute individuality, Dr. Pepper. Do what you do, your moment has come. You're not like anyone. Nothing better, Dr. Pepper.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Getting into the second inning at Dr. Pepper Ballpark in Frisco. Phil Elson alongside you with Arlen Horn back at the studios at KDXE 1380 AM. 0-0, top of the second of the Travs have the middle of the order coming up against Armando Galarraga. Greg Porter, Bobby Wilson, and Matt Brown will be taking the plate against the right-hander. Gave up a single to Eric Rodlin, but Rodlin was thrown out trying to advance on a pitch in the dirt, and Brandon Wood was caught looking to end the first. Porter had the biggest hit, at least most solid hit, out of the 5 that the Travs collected yesterday. A couple of booming doubles, both to left center field. And Porter never made it off of second base. The Travs stranded him twice. Porter in the cleanup spot yet again. Been cleaning up since last Friday. And he has responded, hitting .318 on the season. Pitch on the way to the big lefty is up high, ball 1. Porter is a local boy from Denton. Denton only about 10 minutes away, right down the road. Here from Frisco. He stays with his parents when he comes to Frisco. The 1-0 to Porter. He'll take a fastball for strike 1 on the outside half. 1-1. Porter hitting .318 with 6 homers, 22 runs batted in. 4 of those homers coming over the last 18 games. Galarraga has allowed 5. And here's the 1-1. Porter swings and misses at a nice breaking ball, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Porter with Bobby Wilson on deck. Galarraga has struck out 1 batter so far. He has struck out 32 in 37 innings this season. The 1-2 to Porter, down and in. And it's a 2-2 count on the cleanup batter. Galarraga, a nice, easy delivery. Not much wasted motion in his pitching motion, but also seems to work very deliberately with men on base. Not a lot of men on base against him, too. Here's a 2-2 to Porter. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, second in a row. That one coming on a breaking pitch. Looks like a downward curve. A lot of movement on it. And here comes Bobby Wilson. Mention all the base runners against Galarraga. He's averaging almost 1.5 base runners per inning. Only given up 1 single so far. Bobby Wilson, 1 away, takes a breaking ball low and outside, ball 1. Wilson on a hit streak at 6 games in a row. Here comes the pitch from Galarraga. Little inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Wilson reached base with his first 2 plate appearances yesterday, singled and walked, but struck out in his final 2 appearances, and finished 1 for 3. Here's the 2-0 to Wilson. Swung on, high fly ball driven into center field. That'll send Mahar back to the warning track, and he makes the catch right in front of the fence for out number 2. Center field's a hard place to drive one out here. 409 feet to dead center at the soda bottle. And with the wind blowing from right to left, it blows it a little bit towards the left field gap, but still, Wilson's drive was more towards center field. If he pulled it a little bit more, he may have gotten it over the fence. 335 down the lines here at Frisco, 364 to the left field alley. Right field alley not measured, but it's about 365 to 370 feet. It is possible to rob a home run, and Mahar had measured it like he was going to leap at the fence. About an 8-foot fence. He could have brought it in. Matt Brown stands in and foul tips the first pitch from Galarraga, strike one. So Galarraga has set down 3 in a row since Rodman singled in the first inning. Brown wore the golden sombrero yesterday, becoming the second Traveler to strike out 4 times over the previous 2 nights. David Gates had done the same thing on Sunday. The 0-1, a slider outside, 1-1 to the 6th inning Brown. Brown's average at 275, 6 homers, 17 runs batted in. Has slumped quite a bit. Affected his fielding a little. Finally trying to get the feel for the bat. The 1 ball, 1 strike count. No one on, 2 outs in the pitch. He's low and outside, 2 balls and a strike on Brown. Hasn't affected Matt's attitude, however. He's still as hard-nosed as any Trav has come off this year, working hard during batting practice. And there's one thing, despite the fact that the Travs have struggled this year, Brown's attitude seems to be the same for the rest of the team. They really play hard, even though they're still not playing well. The 2-1 is a called strike on the slider. Working hard in batting practice, that usually seems to be what you'll see a team that struggles for a while. They'll just kind of loaf during BP, but this Traveler Ball Club still gives everything they got during batting practice, trying to get better. 2-2 to Brown, fastball high and tight, and that'll make it a 3-2 count. On deck, Matt Pauley. 0-0, top 2. No one on for Brown. Brown 5 hits in his last 49 at-bats. Galarraga looking strong, looking for his first win. Big right-hander winds and delivers a payoff. Brown takes ball 4, a little low. 2-out walk puts Matt on board, and that brings the other Matt to the plate. That Matt's batting back-to-back. Brown in the 6th hole, and Matt Pauley batting 7th. Left-hand batter walking up. Light's been turned on here in Frisco. The sun field is in right. Sun sets over the third base chateaus. About 7 chateaus here at Frisco's ballpark, doubling as luxury suites and the facade of the ballpark. We're in the Grand Chateau, a very tall building at the very top of the ballpark, looking straight down on home plate. Pauley, left-hander, homered yesterday. Galarraga delivers outside, ball 1. The Chateaus stretch down each baseline, going all the way to the corner. Berms in left and in right field. There's the Houses of the Holy seating section in right center, which has a pool. Pitch to Pauley, fouled at the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Call it Houses of the Holy because it looks like the front cover of Led Zeppelin's legendary Houses of the Holy album. It looks almost like Babylonian days in right center field. It's a pool, but it looks a lot more like a ziggurat. Down the left field corner, a seating section known as the Corral, and a patio overlooking left center field. So a lot of different seating areas here at Dr. Pepper Park. There's a throw to first by Galarraga. He had Brown leading a little, but Brown got back in. Pauley, left-hand batter with his 3rd home run in 13 games yesterday. Matt had homered 30 times in 16 games with single-A Rancho Cucamonga before getting his first call up to Double-A. Good lead for Brown at first. Galarraga sets, delivers. A fastball off the plate, a little away. 2 balls, 1 strike on Pauley. Pauley hitting .292 in his 2-week stint at Arkansas. Along with those 3 homers, he's driven in 13. He's been one of the best run producers for this ball club since joining, at the expense of Mike Elward, who was sent to AAA. Another throw to first, and Brown dives back in ahead of the tag from Gold. Pauley's power is to right. He has a line drive stroke the other way to left and up the middle to center. And his power, if he hits home run, more or less to right field. Target's on the outside corner for Galarraga. And he'll throw to first base again, sending Matt Brown on his chest safely into first. Two balls, 1 strike on Pauley. David Gates on deck. Crabs never led yesterday. Frisco got out to lead in the 6th. And we're scoreless in the top of the 2nd of the moment. Here's a 2-1 count, but a throw to first again. Brown never taking a lead any larger than each time that Galarraga has thrown over. He's been able to get back every time. taking as large of a lead as he can. But Galarraga must have the idea that there's a hit-and-run play on. Takes an extra half-step lead now as 2-1 pitch comes. And popped up by Polly behind the plate. Richardson chasing it to the fence, but it's into the seats about 10 rows. 2-2 count on Polly. Armando Galarraga has 4 names for this native of Venezuela. Armando Antonio Barreto Galarraga. You got to roll the R's too. Otherwise, you just don't say it correctly. Former Nationals prospect, ready with a 2-2 to Polly. Swinging a tip foul off the catcher, still an even 2-2 count. Galarraga slotted as the 3rd starter for the RoughRiders. Fourth starter. Lost his opening start 5-3 to Midland. Frisco has only won a single one of his 8 starts. That was a 4-2 victory at Tulsa on April 27th, but in that game, Galarraga threw just 4 innings and allowed a run. He used up his pitch total. What a long second inning here. This guy works slowly. 2-2 pitch with Brown running outside, and the throw from Richardson to second is right on the money, and he catches Brown stealing for the final out of the second inning. First time Brown's been caught in 5 attempts on the year, 2-6 on the out, and we'll have Pauly leading off the 3rd for Arkansas. But we go to the bottom of the 2nd, a 0-0 ball game on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
The romance begins at Cupid's. Choose from Central Arkansas's largest selection of apparel and lingerie in every size, style, and color. And don't forget the wide selection of menswear, toys, massage oil, and lotion. It's Cupid's Lingerie and more. 4585 Donahue Street in the Townsend Plaza, Conway, 65th and Scott Hamilton, and 9700 North Rodney Perelman, Little Rock, plus 3360 Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Just look for the purple neon hearts, and you'll know you're in the right place. Cupid's Lingerie and more.
Hey, fans, it's easy to get discount tickets to Trans games all year thanks to Ready Ice. Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice presents Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Wonder Field. Just pick up a discount coupon for any Wednesday Travs home game anywhere Ready Ice is sold, like most Shell and Exxon gas stations. Bring the coupons to the Travs box office for $3 general admission tickets to any Wednesday home game. That's Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Wonder Field all season long. Thanks to Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back at Dr. Pepper 7-Up Ballpark, the Travs going to the bottom of the 2nd inning, a 0-0 score. Travs have had 2 men thrown out on the bases already, both at second base by Frisco catcher Kevin Richardson, who has flashed a very accurate and strong throwing arm, tagging his former college teammate Eric Robin on a pitch that had hit the dirt. Then he ends the 2nd by catching Matt Brown stealing. So in the bottom of the 2nd, it's Travis Metcalf leading off for the RoughRiders in front of Anthony Webster and Jake Blaylock. Travis starting pitcher Jesse Smith threw 13 pitches in the first, allowed a 1-out single. And the right-hander going to work against Metcalf, a right-hand batter as well. Metcalf drove in the 2nd of 2 runs for the RoughRiders yesterday with an RBI triple, and the first pitch comes. He hit a duck underneath a slider, ball 1. Metcalf collected an RBI triple in the 6th inning just inside the right field line. Turned out to be the big difference in the ballgame. The 2nd run was the difference maker in a 1-run victory. Smith misses inside with a fastball, and it's a 2-0 count. Each team with 1 hit. Travs had 2 base runners. Metcalf hitting .233. Here's Smith's 2-0 pitch. Fastball down the pipe for a strike, and it is 2-1. Metcalf has homered 3 times, but none this month. 10 runs driven in. The 2-1 on the way from Jesse Smith. He kicks and delivers, and it's fouled away over the net, right behind the plate. Fastball up in the zone, and Metcalf got a little piece of it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mr. Jesse Smith, not an overpowering pitcher. Fastball, 80s, cuts 90 on occasion. Curve, slider, change. 2-2 on the way. Metcalf fouled it straight back, and still a 2-2 count. The thing that makes Jesse Smith a good pitcher these days is throwing a lot of strikes, forcing contact, and not putting a lot of men on board himself. He's only walked 10. 4 of those walks came in one game. Here's another 2-2. Metcalf fouls it over the first base dugout. He's fouled away 3 consecutive pitches and keeps it at 2 balls and 2 strikes, leading off the second. Smith, who was able to overpower batters in rookie league, and especially at community college. Back to the windup with another 2-2. Metcalf hits another pop-up over the first base dugout. 4 consecutive foul balls. The 5-hitting Metcalf. Smith, it says, has been a tough transition for him into the professional game, learning how to pitch. And you hear that a lot from pitchers coming out of junior college baseball, other collegiate levels, or even high school, that dominates them with a fastball in the high 80s or low 90s. Learning how to pitch is key. 2-2. Curveball low. A check swing. They'll appeal. Carl Spackler got it right. He didn't go around. It's a 3-2 count. So Smith, he shows the ability to pitch. He knows how to work against batters. And the other thing that makes Smith a good pitcher is he works very well with his catchers. Payoff on the way to the 5-hitter. Metcalf takes ball 4. A very rare leadoff walk from Jesse Smith this year. In fact, it's just the second leadoff batter he has walked all season. Only the 11th free pass allowed by Jesse Smith. The 18th taken by Metcalf. Metcalf the most patient of any of the Rough Rider batters in the lineup today. Now Anthony Webster stands in. Left-handed speedster. 291 hitter, 1 homer, 5 runs batted in. Nobody out. Metcalf at first. Brown plays off the third base line by 20 feet. First pitch is hit in the air to shallow right, more of a pop-up. It'll drift into foul territory. Eric Rodman underneath it in fair grounds. The wind blows at 5 feet fair, and he makes the catch. Round number 1. Rodman caught that right in front of Greg Porter. And Webster, who's 2 for 3 yesterday, is retired on the first pitch he sees today. Jake Blaylock up next for the Rough Riders. 0-0 score, bottom 2. He had 5 scoreless innings yesterday before the Rough Riders grabbed a 2-0 lead. And the Travelers scored their only run in the 7th on Matt Pauley's 3rd home run. Standing in Blaylock, right-hand batter, the brother of current Texas Ranger Hank Blaylock. Pitch comes to him outside, ball 1. Wilson thought about throwing to first, but holds on, and Metcalf sprints back into first base. Blaylock, big kid, you couldn't miss him. 6'4", 215 pounds, long legs, long arms. Got the make of a power hitter. The throw to first base by Smith will send Metcalf diving in. He is safe. Blaylock hitting .255, homered 3 times, 21 runs batted in. Really his first couple of months as a Texas Ranger farmhand. Stretched by Smith, takes a deep breath, and the 1-0 is low and outside, ball 2. Smith not seems to be very comfortable here in this second inning. Got to deal with a great at-bat by Travis Metcalf, 4 foul balls, and then Walton now falling behind the dangerous Blaylock, 2-0. Short lead by Metcalf. Smith comes home and fires a strike at the knees, 2-1. May also be the heat today. Just walking around outside in Frisco makes you have to catch your breath. Started at 90 degrees, but it feels a lot hotter today. Wind cooling things off a little bit, and the sun slowly setting. No pitch. Smith will step off and look over to first. Metcalf doesn't even bother stepping back. Matt Pauley dealing with the sun right in his eyes in right field. Here's the 2-1. Swung on, ground ball to the hole at short, but cut off by third baseman Brown. Throws to second. Rodman to first. Rack him up. An inning-ending double play. Very close at first base. Blaylock may have beaten that relay by Rodman. With a 5-4-3 double V's Exxon double play will end the second inning and get us into the third with a 0-0 score.
This is Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Make your plans now to see the best racing under the lights at Texas Motor Speedway, June 8th, 9th, and 10th. You won't want to miss another incredible finish like this one from 2002.
Here we come once again. It's the line. The winner's going to be Sam Hornish Jr. by 96 thousandths of a second.
The Oak Creek Homes qualifying day for the IRL and the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series will be Thursday, June 8th. On Friday, June 9th, David Starr, Dennis Setzer, Todd Boda, and the rest of the Craftsman Truck Series will go door to door and heat up the asphalt in the Samstown 400. But the weekend would not be complete without the fearless drivers of the Indy Racing League at speeds over 200 miles per hour in the Bombardier Learjet 500 Saturday night, June 10th. Could it be Dan Weldon, Sam Hornish Jr., Tony Kanaan, or Danica Patrick claiming the Texas victory? Don't miss the action under the lights. Call 817-215-8500 or visit TexasMotorspeedway.com. Texas Motor Speedway, celebrating 10 years strong.
Do you have an interest in broadcasting, enjoy baseball, and are looking for a part-time job opportunity? Well, maybe we have what you're looking for. KDXE AM 1380 is the home for Arkansas Travelers Baseball, and we need to add to our staff of board operators for Travelers games. Your responsibility will involve the process of putting Arkansas Travelers games on the air. The work schedule includes weeknights and weekends shared with other staff board operators. No experience in broadcasting is necessary, and learning our system for game broadcast is easy. If you're interested, give us a call at 501-221-1380. That's 501-221-1380.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
We get into the third inning here at Dr. Pepper Ballpark. Bill Wilson with you. We got a 0-0 score. Game 2 of a 7-game road trip. Travs will finish off this series tomorrow. 7:05 first pitch at the Giants soda bottle. Starting pitcher for the Travs will be left-hander Daniel Davidson. Davidson, who gave a good start his last time out, will come in with a record of 1 win, 3 losses. ERA, 1-4 record for Davidson and a 5.14 ERA. His opponent tomorrow is a right-hander, Andy Walker, who in 8 games has compiled a record of 2-2 with a 6.61 earned run average. Air time tomorrow, 6:40 with the ITP Technical Institute pregame show. Travs have had 2 men thrown out at second base over the first 2 innings, and so even though there's been 2 base runners, Armando Galarraga, the Riders' starting pitcher, has faced a minimum over the 2 frames. Matt Pauley was at the plate when Matt Brown was tagged out, caught stealing in the second. So Pauley leads off and hits the first pitch right back to the mound. Easy play for Galarraga. Just flips to first, retiring Pauley 1-3. One away on 1 pitch and bringing up David Gates. As you heard during the pregame interview with Tyrone Boykin, Aaron Peel will not be playing at all during this road trip. He is with the team and is taking batting practice. Everything is settled down since the incident on Sunday, which Peel and Keith Johnson got into a shouting match in the dugout. Everything back in good graces, but Peel paying the price, sitting out for 7 games, and that means the Travs will have David Gates in the lineup pretty much every day. Pitch to Gates, missed outside, ball 1. Gator yesterday 0 for 3. Walked once, struck out as well as the final batter of the game, striking out against Wes Littleton. Littleton whipped the last 4 Traveler batters. The 1-0, swing and a miss on a very high fastball. Gates almost came out of his shoes on his tiptoes going after that pitch. Gates hitting 208. Resting the bat on his shoulders now. The pitch is swung on and missed on a slider, and it's 1-2. Gates has changed his batting stance 2-3 times this year. Still trying to find something that's working. The 1-2 on the way from Galarraga. Gates looks at a high fastball to even it up. Galarraga's best fastball has been 86 miles an hour, but he's mixing in everything, including a slider, a curve, a changeup, and a little bit of a sinker. Going on for Gates, 1 out, top 3, 0-0. Right-hander delivers. Gates will take strike 3 on the inside corner, and he knew it. Third strikeout from Galarraga out of the 8 men that he's faced. Second time he's caught a man looking. Now the 9-hitter Jason Espedo will stand in.
Speedo, frustrated during batting practice, said he doesn't feel very comfortable in the batter's box and just not seeing the ball very well. Here's the first pitch to him, and it's right down the middle for a strike, 0-1. Speedo 0 for 3 yesterday, hit the ball solidly when he grounded into a double play, so Speedo still hitting the ball well. Open stance, the 0-1. A ball outside, just missing the corner, 1-1. Speedo hitting .275 with 7 homers and 19 runs batted in. And sometimes if you don't feel it during BP, who knows, you could still go 4 for 4 during the game. The 1-1 is about 2 feet outside. 2 balls, 1 strike on the left-hand batting of Speedo, the Traveler DH today. Nobody on for him. On deck, Dwayne Bacon in case the Speedo reaches. Speedo pumps that bat next to his left ear. Here's the delivery. Swung on, foul ball over the net, and it's 2-2. Two count on Speedo. Galarraga looking for the sign. Has it. Pitches. And Speedo reaches out, swings and misses, and basically flips the bat out to the pitcher's mound. It was an odd way to finish the inning as Speedo flips the bat at a pitch and was nowhere near it. So Speedo might not be feeling good at the plate. Didn't look very good right there. Down go the Travs, 1, 2, 3. We'll go to the bottom of the third inning. Still 0-0 on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
From the hilltops of Atlanta to the California sand. Come on, one day across the nation, yeah. I'm a burrito in every
Most Burritos, 2834 North Hills Boulevard in North Little Rock by Kroger's at North Hills and McCain. Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-time trip and discover Arkansas. National's great weekend special is just what you need for a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles, from luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has 2 convenient locations, Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 3919 Clark Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the Yellow Pages. Go your own way with National Car Rental.
1, 2, 3.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bottom 3 about to start here at Dr. Pepper 7-Up Ballpark. The RoughRiders send their 8-hitter, Kevin Richardson, against Jesse Smith. Remember, fans, we're back in town May 30th through Sunday, June 4th for a 7-game homestand featuring 3 games against the Frisco RoughRiders and 4 against the Midland Rockhounds. Actually, the other way around. 4 against Frisco, 3 against Midland, highlighted by Midget Wrestling next Friday, presented by Fox 16. Midget Wrestling starting at 7 o'clock on Friday, June the 2nd. Ball game begins at 7:45. Kids will run the bases after the game. And you should be at Midget Wrestling if you've never seen that. You know, by the way, there will be baseball played as well. Richardson to lead off in the third, the number 8 hitter for the RoughRiders, swings and misses and a fastball from Smith up in the zone. Richardson's presence has already been felt in the field. He has thrown out 2 Traveler base runners, and his battery mate, Armando Galarraga, has whipped 4 of 9 batters. Smith winds and delivers an 0-1. Richardson fouls it right back, and it's 0-2. Richardson followed by Kevin Mahar in the on-deck circle. Casey Benjamin will hit third in the frame. Smith ahead 0-2, looking for the first strikeout. Here's the pitch. Little chopper toward short, charging Wood. Gloves it off to the side. Couldn't get rid of it. Now he does, and it's still in time for out number 1. Nice play by Wood. And he really didn't try to rush that throw. After double clutching, he realized he still had plenty of time to get rid of it with Richardson running like a catcher. So Richardson is the first out of the inning. And here is Kevin Mahar. Mahar is the leading power hitter for Frisco, but the RoughRiders don't rely on the home run that much. They've only hit 30 homers, which is least in the Texas League. Mahar has hit 6. Big right-hand batter leaning in the box. Pitch comes. A strike on the inside corner on a curveball from Jesse Smith. Kevin Mahar stands 6'5", weighs 220. The 0-1 pitch is down and away, 1-1. 227 average for Mahar. Over his first 2 professional seasons, he had an average of 310. Here's the 1-1 from Smith. Pulled foul on the ground outside third. Strike 2. Mahar, an undrafted free agent out of Midland, Michigan. Was a collegian at Indiana University, second team All-Big Ten in 2004, but still went undrafted. Last year at Bakersfield, he was an all-star in the California League. Here's a 1-2, and Mahar takes a curve low. Even count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. RoughRiders' strength is pitching. No real stalwarts in the lineup. None of the starting 9 are in the top 10 in batting average. Another 2-2 from Jesse Smith. Fastball caught him looking right on the outside corner, and that's the first strikeout of the game for Jesse Smith. 1-out strikeout makes it 2 away, bringing up Casey Benjamin. Quiet night here in Frisco. After the game yesterday, plenty of people stuck around at various locations in the ballpark where they had Game 7 of the NBA playoff series with the Mavericks and the Spurs. There was more cheering for the Mavericks win for the people that were left around than there were for the Frisco victory. It's the Benjamin slice foul into the home dugout at third base. It didn't hit anybody, but it came pretty close to a RoughRider coach in the stairwell. 0-1 to Benjamin. Benjamin grounded a short in the first. He's 0 for 1. And the pitch on the way from Smith is hit up the middle and into center field for a 2-out single. Bacon picks it up cleanly, and Benjamin will hold it first. The fans in this area are still talking about the overtime win for the Mavs yesterday. Not many people know about the Frisco victory last night. The RoughRiders are no longer covered by the Dallas Morning News. Morning News has sent a beat writer up here to Frisco every game for their first 3 seasons. They no longer send anybody up here to cover the Riders at Dr. Pepper Ballpark, so not many people know what goes on for this ball club. Pitch to Adam Morrissey is up high, ball 1. Morrissey singled in the first inning and was stranded at first. He's 3 for 5 in the series. Benjamin leading away from first base after the 2-out single. Average lead, Porter there to hold. Smith is ready under the belt. And the pitch is low and outside, 2-0. So really the best place for local fans to pick up any kind of news or interesting stories about the RoughRiders is just to go onto the Riders baseball website. 2-0 pitch. Fouled straight back, 2-1. And some people complain about the coverage the Travelers get in the Arkansas Democrat Gazette. There's coverage. No coverage here in Frisco at this 4-year-old ballpark. There may be a good chance the Morning News, not a big fan of the way things are run here in Frisco. There's a throw over to first base, which is not in time. No more media meal. In fact, the media is expected to pay for their own food here. Full price, by the way, in the concession stand. Trying to bluff the steal, and the pitch fouled back, and it's even at 2-2 to Morrissey. No score, bottom of the third. We're complaining about a lack of food in the press box. It's an insult to everybody that works at this ballpark, that comes in for anywhere else, whether it be official score, whether it be the home broadcaster, or yours truly. This is not a fun place to come to work, although it's a beautiful ballpark. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Morrissey. Pitch fouled off into the first base seat. Not only is there no food, but the statistics are just about illegible. Not many baseball people work at this fantasy land. Baseball seems to be quite secondary at Dr. Pepper Ballpark. Overpriced seats. Lowest price ticket is $10. 2-2 count. There's a throw to first base. Almost caught him. Benjamin dove back, got the right hand in just in the nick of time. The Frisco franchise came from Shreveport. Last year of Shreveport's franchise, 2002. Frisco took it over next year. Runner goes, 2-2, line foul into the first base seat. Virtually nobody sitting. 2 sections past the first base dugout, so don't have to worry about anybody getting hurt. They announced the attendance here yesterday at 6,823. I'd heard reports that there was an actual attendance of about 1,200 at Dr. Pepper Ballpark yesterday. So you should take the attendance numbers from this ballpark with an entire shaker full of salt. 2-2 count on Morrissey. Here's the stretch by Smith. Morrissey's fouled off 4 in a row. Pitch comes. Morrissey hits another foul ball over the first base seat. He's really just swinging at anything coming and wasting pitch after pitch from Jesse Smith. Smith in a real battle with Morrissey. Next pitch is the ace. Benjamin has been bluffing. There's a throw to first base. Not in time. Another close one. Smith's throw right on the money. It arrived as Benjamin got the right hand in, and then Porter's tag came down on his back. Benjamin 2 steals in 2 tries. Maybe more of a hit and run than anything else. 2-2 pitch, runner goes. Swung on, grounded foul to the home on deck circle. And that is 6 consecutive foul balls off of Jesse Smith. The sun is no longer shining on the field. It's now in the Houses of the Holy seating section in right center. And so Matt Pauley no longer has the sun right in his eyes as he did during the first 2 innings. Benjamin leading from first, leaning towards second. And the 2-2 pitch, he'll stay, and it is low, ball 3. So after Morrissey had swung at the last 6 pitches, fouling off all of them, he runs a 3-2 count against Jesse Smith. That'll send Benjamin on the move from first. We'll see if Porter holds him on. On deck is Nate Gold, right-handed power hitter. Smith has thrown 9 pitches in the at-bat to Morrissey. Here's the 10th. Swung on, grounded to second base. Rodlin slides to backhand it, and he throws Morrissey out at first, ending the 3rd inning. Nice battle there between Smith and Morrissey, and Jesse wins it. No runs in the 3rd for the RoughRiders. 1 hit and 1 man left. We'll go into the 4th inning. 0-0 score on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 and 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Support you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discounts you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company. North Carolina.
Get out today and hit the links. Stone Lake. Stone Lake's golf course is rated as one of the best public courses in the state. Sporting beautiful bent grass greens, plus lush fairways and tees. Stone Lake has matured over the past 3 years into a true test of golf. Stone Lake features reasonable green speed and 18-length style home located 1 mile off I-440 on Faulkner Lake Road. Call 945-0945 for Stone Lake or visit online at stonelakes.net.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Three innings in the books, not much going on. Arkansas Travelers, Frisco RoughRiders, 0-0 score. Totals for Arkansas, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. They've had 2 men thrown out at second base by the Frisco catcher, Kevin Richardson. Travelers totals, Frisco totals, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left aboard. I'm Phil Elson here on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE, game number 44 of the season for the Arkansas Travelers. 15 wins and 28 losses. The Travs have dropped 12 of 14 games. Trying to figure out how to start a winning streak. Well, you start with 1 win and then build up a lead in the second game. See if the Travs can manage it today. And the pitchers have been in control in the early going. Wayne Bacon leads off. First pitch from Armando Galarraga, down and in. Bacon is squared around. Pulled the bat back in time. Ball 1. Galarraga over 3 innings has struck out 4. He looked really impressive. Doesn't look like a pitcher who is 0-6. Pitching with confidence, albeit very deliberately. The 1-0. Bacon looks to bunt. He offers and misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Third baseman Metcalf playing up, but that is not where Bacon's trying to bunt. Whenever he bunts from the left side, he looks to drag it. Been successful 1 time with the drag bunt. You got to get it right between the pitcher's mound and the first baseman. Now the 1-1 on the way. Swung on, high bouncing ball, foul outside first base. Strike 2 on Bacon. Bacon bounced out to the first baseman to start the game. Eric Rodland up next. He singled. The only hit for the Travs. Brandon Wood called out on strikes in the first. Galarraga checking his right fielder Webster. Gets back into position. Going after that foul ball. And the 1-2 is strike 3 called on the outside corner. A changeup that floated around towards the plate. It may have been a little bit low. Bacon certainly thinks so, but he is the 5th strikeout victim for Armando Galarraga and the 3rd man that he has caught looking. 1 away, bringing up Eric Rodland. Rodland's single in the first was pulled to the right side of the infield. He got aggressive on the bases and tried to get to second on a pitch in the dirt to Wood, but was thrown out. There's a strike right down the middle from Galarraga, and it's 0-1. We'll check Texas League scores here with San Antonio leading Tulsa 3-0. The Missions have been playing some better baseball recently. Pitch low to Rodland, 1-1. Missions had won 3 straight until losing yesterday, 6-5 against the Drillers. Galarraga delivers. A fastball outside, 2-1 on Rodland. Nobody on for Eric, 1 out. One pitch from the right-hander. Rodland a swing and a broken bat, ground ball foul behind the plate. The entire bat didn't break, but a few shards of wood splintered off the barrel and went flying into the infield. Rodland will slowly walk back into the dugout and get himself a new piece of lumber. When you see those shards of bat come off the barrel, it looks almost as if the bat explodes. Usually you think broken bat, you think a guy standing there with a splinter in his hand while he's running to first base, or a bat that slices right down the middle, but it's always odd to see just a piece of the barrel come off. So here's a 2-2 to Rodland. Outside, 3-2. Back to the scores. Sanchez gave Wichita an early lead with his 2nd home run of the year. Corpus Christi has put up a run in each of their 2 frames, and it's 2-1 Corpus Christi over Wichita. 3rd inning. 3-2 to Rodland. Swing and a miss. He strikes out number 6. For Armando Galarraga, he's faced only 11 batters, striking out over half of them. 6 strikeouts out of 11 batters. And he's whipped the last 4 men in order. The last Trav that put the ball in play was Matt Pauley, who led off the third with a comebacker to the hill. A lot of scoring in Springfield in the first inning. Midland put up 4 runs. Springfield answered with 3 as Brandon Wood takes a strike on the outside corner. Brant Colamarino hit a 2-run shot in the first inning, his 4th home run. But Springfield again with 3 runs in the bottom of the first. 4-3 Midland in the third. Pitch down low to Wood, 1-1. Wood was Galarraga's first strikeout victim. Caught him looking on a fastball in the first inning. And now a 1-1 count. With 2 outs and no one on to Wood. Pitch is driven into left field, a line drive base hit. Goes to the corner and hits the fence. Wood will turn the corner, go to second base, and stop with a stand-up double. First Traveler extra base hit of the game, and their first hit since the second batter they'd sent to the plate against Armando Galarraga. So for Wood, double number 14. Now Greg Porter will come up and attempt for RBI number 23. Porter was struck out swinging on a big curveball in the second. 2 for 4 in the series with a pair of doubles last night. Here's Galarraga's pitch. Change up outside, 1-0. $16 of Greg's 22 runs batted in coming in the last 18 games. Galarraga set. Checks Wood and delivers to Porter. Backdoor slider, strike 1. Backdoor is open. Galarraga not falling into any patterns today. He started off batters with first pitch fastball, first pitch curve, change up. I admire the way he's working one of the top hitting teams in the league. The RoughRiders obviously have a good idea of how to pitch to Arkansas. They held the Travs to only 5 hits yesterday. 1 shy of their season low. Here's the 1-1 to Porter. Swing and a fly ball in a shallow left center. Mahar charges over into the gap and makes the catch. And that'll end the 4th inning. So the Travs get a 2-out double from Brandon Wood. They strand him at second. No runs. Going into the bottom of the 4th inning at Dr. Pepper Ballpark. The Travelers nothing and the RoughRiders nothing. This is Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard credit card. Cash back, airline miles, or merchandise points, and you'll never pay an annual fee. For a limited time, we'll give you 1,000 rewards points, and you'll get a low 2.9% annual percentage rate on qualifying purchases. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at afcu.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Park, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
Liberal progressive radio. It's kind of like a dream come true. Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE on Little Rock.
3.5 innings going into the bottom of the 4th. 0-0 score as sunset continues in Frisco. Right across from the visiting hotel, the beautiful NBC Suite, and the giant mall and concrete jungle out there, better known as every single store you've ever wanted or not wanted to visit. Dr. Pepper Ballpark opened in 2003 as a centerpiece of an entertainment shopping complex here in Frisco that is growing by the day. An IKEA store right over to the right side. The Travs were in town last year when that IKEA furniture gala opened, and there is a mile-long line of cars down the North Tollway just to the left. There's a hockey basketball arena just past left field where the Dallas Stars train during the off-season. And about 3 million stores, fast food restaurants, and gas stations around this ballpark. Everything money can buy, even some things it can't. Riders send Nate Gold to lead off the fourth inning, fouls away the first pitch for a strike. And it's 0-1. It's very convenient for the Travs to come here, any other team in the Texas League. Plenty of restaurants around, entertainment, movie theater in the mall. The mall only a 5-minute walk. Ballpark, it's 1-minute walk. Smith pitch inside, 1-1 to Gold, who fouled out in the first inning. James Pisano on deck, then Travis Metcalf. Over 3 innings, Smith has scattered 2 hits. Also walked 1, got a double play. Pitch to the big righty Gold. Chopped at the plate off his foot. Foul, 1-2. Well, yesterday, it was a good thing 2 days ago that mall was so close to the Embassy Suite. An Angels scout by the name of Dale Sutherland, who's been an Angels scout for a long time. He's here to take a look at the Travs and was in town the night before Arkansas arrived. He's staying at that Embassy Suite. A 1-2 on the way. Gold takes a curve low and outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Little did Dale know, however, that he was going to be spending part of his Sunday night in the mall when it wasn't even open. Bomb threat at the Embassy Suites. They forced all 400 guests out of their beds at 2 in the morning. The 2-2, down low, ball 3. And so all 400 of those guests had the option of either spending the rest of the night on the grass outside the hotel or going into the mall and sleeping on a couch. Gold drives the 3-2 pitch deep to left field, and that'll be a leadoff home run for the RoughRiders, giving them a 1-0 lead. Boy, an absolute bomb hit by Nate Gold. He got every single ounce of his 220 pounds into that swing. He not only hit it over the fence, he hit it out of the ballpark completely, bouncing over to the street that lines the left field seat. With Gold, 6th of the season, 20th RBI, and it is 1-0 Frisco. Smith serves up only his 3rd home run of the year. And the RoughRiders with their 31st on the season. Here's Jim Pisano, left-handed batter. Smith comes with a pitch, and it's golfed, caught at first by Greg Porter. A snow cone leaping catch where Porter left about 3 feet in the air and brings in out number 1. That was broken there. And boy, Pisano hit that ball like a 9-iron. He's left-handed, holding just a very sharp and dangerous shard of wood in his hand. While his manager, Darrell Kennedy, goes over and picks up the barrel off the second base area and flips it to the bat point. So Pisano is out, but that ball would have gotten over a first baseman who was under 6 feet tall, Porter at 6'4", and he still had to leap up and bring that baby down. Get a star for Porter on that play, and that'll bring up Travis Metcalf. He's first pitch swinging. High fly ball, straightaway center. Dwayne Bacon has a bead in front of the warning track. He drops the ball. And there goes Metcalf into second base, standing up safely, no play. Bacon had a bead on it all the way. Never got in front of that high fly and tried to catch it over his head and flat out dropped it on the warning track. That should be a 2-base error. And they have called a 2-base error on Bacon. Not an easy catch, but definitely not a hard catch for a center fielder to make. Dwayne has had some trouble with balls hit straight towards him, straight in front of him, or right over his head. So a 1-out error, putting the runner at second base for the RoughRiders. Anthony Webster, the batter, has to spin away from a fastball inside. A 1-0 count. Metcalf aboard for the 4th time in this series. Had a couple of hits yesterday. Walked in the second, and now reaches on the error by the center fielder, Dwayne Bacon. Bacon's error, by the way, his fourth, leading all Traveler outfielders. Webster left-handed swings, grounds up the middle. It'll move the runner up. Rodman backhands and throws Webster out at first base. 2 outs. Metcalf to third. Jake Blaylock next up for Frisco. 1-0 Riders lead on the leadoff homer here in the fourth by Nate Gold. Jake Blaylock stands into the plate for Frisco. It bounced into a double play in the second inning. Came to the third baseman Brown. Blaylock 0 for 4 over the series. He's got Metcalf at third. 1-0 RoughRiders. Pitch on the way from the stretch. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Strike one. Blaylock hitting .254 with 21 RBIs to lead the RoughRiders. Nate Gold now second with those 20. Here's the 0-1 from Smith. Fastball low. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's a close pitch there. Here's the 1-1. Low and outside, ball 2. Trav's outfield has had some troubles with the error this year. Bacon has 4. Jason Espino has committed 3. David Gates, the only Traveler outfielder without an error. The 2-1 pitch is a called strike over the outside corner. 2-2 on the right-handed Blaylock. Trav's outfield committing 10 errors overall. Slow ground to the second. Rodman will pick it up easy. Throws to first, retiring Blaylock, and that error means nothing in the grand scheme of things. 1 run for the RoughRiders on the leadoff homer by Gold. That's their only hit. 1 error, but Metcalf stranded at third. We'll go on to the top of the fifth. It's 1-0 Frisco on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress, headache, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Asheboro, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
Use direct. AgPro knows your patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Moving into the fifth inning, Travs trailing 1-0 on the leadoff homer by Nate Gold in the fourth. So Armando Galarraga has a rare lead to work with after starting the season 0-6. And Frisco has won just 1 of his 8 starts this year. Galarraga has looked very strong, allowing only 2 base hits in 4 innings. And he struck out 6 already. That's just 2 batters less than his season high. He struck out 8 in just 4 innings on April the 27th. Let's check that Angels game at Texas. Kendry Morales getting his major league debut today, getting called up from the Angels AAA team in Salt Lake. And it was announced this morning that he was going to be starting for the next month or so. Well, look at that. Kendry Morales hit a home run
in just his second major league at-bat. He's 2 for 2. The home run was a 2-run shot off Vicente Padilla, so Kendry Morales, welcome to the major league. He is one of 2 Travs, former Travs now this year, to homer in their first major league game. Of course, Mike Napoli homered in his first major league at-bat, doing a little one better than Kendry has. Bobby Wilson leads off the 5th, a swing and a miss at a Galarraga curveball. Curve has been Galarraga's specialty today, although he's been very effective with everything he throws. Here's the 0-1 to the Traveler catcher. And Wilson will look at a curve low and outside, 1-1. Wilson drove a pitch to dead center in the second inning. It was caught at the warning track by Kevin Mahar. By the way, that Angels game tied at 4 with the Rangers in the top of the 4th. Wilson swings and misses out of slider, strike 2. So with Casey Kotzman on the disabled list with mono, and who knows how long mono will last, Angels get a long look at Kendry Morales. Now the 1-2 to Wilson. Outside, nothing but breaking balls to Wilson. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Matt Brown on deck, followed by Matt Pauley. We'll go through the rest of the scores on the Southwest Airlines Major League scoreboard. Wind-up pitch. Wilson takes high, and the count full. Red Sox start today with a 2.5-game lead over the Yankees in the American League East. Yankees at the moment pounding Boston 7-1 in the 7th inning. A-Rod hit his 11th home run. Johnny Damon went deep at Fenway Park, his 5th. Payoff to Wilson, swinging a ground ball foul outside third. Still 3-2. And Gary Sheffield in the lineup today for the Yankees as a designated hitter. We just saw our first final score come across the wire. Nationals beat Houston 4-1, rallying for a run in the 7th and 2 in the 8th to break its 1-1 tie. 3-2 to Wilson. Swung on, popped up left side behind the plate, but Richardson is going to run out of room, and it's 7 rows deep. 3 homers by the Nationals. Damian Jackson, Darrell Ward, and Alfonso Soriano. Morgan Ensberg went deep for Houston. Soriano, continue to hear about his name in trade rumors involving the Angels. We've also seen the name of Tony Clark pop up. Clark is playing off the bench for Arizona after hitting 30 homers in about 346 at-bats last year. He is available. 3-2 to Wilson. Chop to third. Metcalf plays it in behind the base on a short hop. Long throw in time. Nice play on that bouncing ball that had some English on the baseball, chopping around the third base line, but Wilson doesn't have the speed to beat that long throw, and he is the first out of the 5th inning. No one on for Matt Brown. So you hear about Soriano, you hear about Tony Clark, even Shea Hillenbrand's name has come up on occasion. The question is, who will the Angels trade? Matt Brown walked in the 2nd but was caught stealing. A curve from Galarraga, low and away, ball 1. 1-0 Frisco, top of the 5th. A lot of the Angels' top prospects up in the bigs now. The 1-0. Brown will take a strike down the middle, 1-1. So the major league teams, the managers, the other players, general managers, they're all getting a good look at these top Angel prospects. So who goes? Is it Kotzman? Is it Jeff Mathis? Does Dallas McPherson get traded? Maybe Eric Ibar. A 1-1 to Brown outside, 2-1. One thing is for certain, you will not see Jared Weaver traded. Weaver yesterday tossed a 9-inning, 5-hit shutout, striking out 8 in a 9-0 win over New Orleans. 2 balls, 1 strike to Brown. Galarraga deals, and Brown takes ball 3 inside. So Weaver with 4 wins and 1 loss and a 2.05 ERA. There's talk that perhaps he would replace his brother in the Angels starting rotation soon, because I believe it's a scoreless string for Jared Weaver at AAA, which is a Salt Lake record of about 27 innings. Here's a 3-1 to Brown. Ball 4 low. Second walk to Brownie today. And the base runner aboard for Matt Pauley. Getting back to the scores, the Cubs lead the Marlins in the 8th inning 4-3. Cubbies have had homers hit by Michael Barrett and Mike Merton. We haven't had any suspensions handed down to Barrett for his actions at U.S. Cellular Field a couple of days ago. Cincinnati 6, Milwaukee 3 in the middle of the 7th inning. Ken Griffey Jr. hit his 6th home run for the second-place Reds, who start 3 games behind the Cardinals. Batter is Pauly, left-hander, takes a strike on a slider, and it is 0-1. Pauly tapped to the mound of the third. He had been at the plate in the second when Matt Brown was caught stealing for the final out. 1-0 RoughRiders on a leadoff homer by Nate Gold in the fourth. Pauly has hit in 8 of 10 games, 12 hits, 3 homers, and 13 RBIs during that stretch. Brown beating away from first, Gold there to hold him. Galarraga ready. Brown fakes in the pitch outside. It's 1-1 to Pauly. Philadelphia over the New York Mets 6-4. Ball game in the 6th inning at Shea Stadium. Phillies are 3 games in back of the first-place Mets. Starting the series today. Cliff Wood and David Wright home run for the Metropolitan. Here's a 1-1. Pauly slaps a liner to left field. Falls in front of Blaylock for a 1-out single. Brown stops at second, and Matt Pauly lets the Crabs third base hit. First and second for the Arkansas 8-hitter, David Gates. Gates caught looking in the third inning, one of 6 strikeout victims for Armando Galarraga. But here in the 5th inning, it's the first time the Travs get 2 men on base. A 1-out walk to Brown, followed by the single from Pauly. Gates, 0 for 4 in the series. Over his last 9 at-bats, he has struck out 7 times. First pitch. Check swing. Pitch is low and in. No appeal. 1 ball, no strike. RoughRiders get a right-hander warming up in the bullpen. Here's the stretch. And a fake throw to second base by Galarraga. The right-hander warming up in the bullpen has no name on the roster. It says Touchette on the back of his jersey, but his number not on the active roster for the RoughRiders. There's a strike to Gates over the outside corner, and it's 1-1. So they got a quick hook with Galarraga. Already a right-hander warming up, although he's pitched very well over 4 1/3 innings. He seemed to be cautious in his first year with Texas. 1-1 on Gates. Pitch comes. Swing and a miss on a curveball, strike 2. Brown at second, Pauly at first. Travs behind 1-0 in the 5th inning. They didn't have too many scoring opportunities yesterday and cannot let them fall by the wayside. The driver run home. Galarraga looks at second. Now the 1-2 to Gates. Struck him out swinging. Curveball. Strikeout number 8 over Gates' last 10 at-bats. 2 away in the 5th inning. That is strikeout number 7 for Galarraga. And now Jason Esposito comes up. Esposito struck out swinging in the 3rd. 2 on, 2 out. Esposito's driven in 19 on the season. Galarraga, look at second. Huge lead by Brown. And he'll step off. No throw. Apparently too big of a lead for Galarraga to deliver a pitch. Brown was about 10 feet off the base. 1-0 Frisco here in the 5th. Esposito's 19 RBIs, ranking 3rd on the ball club. Brandon Wood leading with 31.
Here's a pitch to Jason. Outside, ball one. Some of the American League scores into the Boston ball game. Tampa Bay trailing Toronto in the ninth 4-1. The White Sox have hit 3 homers. Tomey, 18th. Dye and Konerko, 12th. 6-3, the White Sox over the A's in the 5th. Galarraga at the belt and the 1-0. Espedo takes ball 2 outside. 2-0 the count on the Travs 9-hitter as he tries to tie the game. Time call. Richardson walks out to the mound to talk with Galarraga. And the Frisco pitching coach, Terry Clark, also heads out to the mound. Looking at the RoughRiders roster, a familiar name, Jason O'Connor, the strength and conditioning coach for the RoughRiders. He was the Travs hitting strength and conditioning coach in the 2005 season. Jason came down during batting practice today, catching up with some old friends. A nice guy from Louisiana who spent his first year in baseball last year and liked it so much. He lives nearby, about 45 minutes away in the town of DeSoto. So O'Connor, first year of the Rangers as a strength and conditioning coach back in the Texas League. Nice to see him. 1-0 Frisco, but Espedo ahead of the count 2-0. And Galarraga sees that there's a pitcher warming up in his bullpen. Stretch. 2-0 pitch to Jason. Swing and a miss on a curveball. Strike one. Travs get a chance here in the 5th inning. Matt Brown, a 1-out walk, followed by a single from Matt Pauley. There's been only one Traveler to make it to second base before the 5th inning. Espedo pumping the bat. The target on the outside corner. The pitch is dribbled out in front of the plate, but it rolls foul on the right side and dies in the grass, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Espedo. Travelers yesterday stranded 7 men on base. Only had 5 base hits, but they also worked 5 walks. The day before on Sunday in the 6-5 loss to Springfield, the Travs stranded 13 with 7 left in scoring position. So this has been a club leaving a lot of men on base of recent. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and Espedo at least trying to bring home 1. Pitch comes and hits him. Espedo down on his knees after trying to jump away from a curveball thrown right into the dirt in front of his right foot. Jason gets up and will slowly jog to first base. Aaron Wells will join him half the way. Espedo actually runs right past Aaron without saying anything. And Aaron's going to come behind him and make sure that Jason's in perfect working order. So it's a tough inning here for Galarraga. But he still hasn't allowed a run. The base is loaded for Dwayne Bacon. Well, still checking with Espedo, and now we'll leave him alone. Luke Touchette warming up in the Frisco bullpen with Galarraga facing a bases-loaded situation. Galarraga has had only 2 bases-loaded spots. He's allowed a double. And a sacrifice fly. The fly ball won't do anything. Bacon needs a base hit. Batting from the left side, Bacon 0 for 2 today. First pitch hit high in the air to right field, not deep. Coming in is Anthony Webster. Underneath it, he puts it away. And the Travs strand 3 in the 5th inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 3 men left aboard. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th, and it's still Frisco 1, and the Travelers nothing. It's Air America Little Rock, 1380 KBXE.
You know, to become the best barbecue restaurant in Little Rock, it takes dedicated people like us here at the Pig and Dick that are willing to wake up with the pigs to make sure that we bring home the best of the best in them hogs. Now, it's not the job for everyone, but you got to do what you got to do to make sure that every day is the best dang hog day ever. And here at the Pig and Dick, it's always the best. We slow cook our barbecues daily, making sure that it's lit, hugging good. Heck, we're known as the Great American Barbecue House here in Little Rock. We're also known around these parts as having the best dang catfish anywhere. So no matter what you're in the mood for, ribs, catfish, chicken, here at Pig and Chick, you'll always get the best meal in town. So come join us for lunch, dinner, or even let us cater your next event. Here at Pig and Chick, we take catering seriously, and we're going to make sure that your event is a huge success.
Pig in or pig out at Pig and Chick, located at 7824 JFK in Sherwood. Call us for takeout at 834-5456. And it's the same number for catering, 834-5456. Here at Pig and Chick, people start pigging out at 10:30 a.m. daily and don't stop till 9 p.m. Oh, by the way, did I mention the cafe?
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Travs leave the bases loaded in the fifth inning and go to the bottom of the fifth, still trailing by a 1-0 count against the Frisco RoughRiders. Nightfall starting to settle in here to North Texas. Wind has slowed down just a little bit, still gusting up to 20, but averaging 16 miles an hour at the moment. RoughRiders scoring their only run when Nate Gold led off the fourth with his 6th home run of the year. Meanwhile, the Travs have been shut out over the first 5 innings. Jesse Smith back to the hill facing Kevin Richardson, Kevin Mahar, and Casey Benjamin in the fifth. Smith has allowed 3 hits over 4 innings. He's walked 1 man, struck out 1. Richardson rolled out to shortstop in the 3rd inning and is 0 for 4 in the series, batting average hovering around 200. And Smith will wind and deliver the first of the inning inside for ball 1. Richardson has thrown out 2 men at second base, however. A 1-0 pitch to the right-hander is on the inside corner for strike 1. Toronto beat Tampa Bay 4-1. Roy Halladay got his 6th win of the year. E.J. Ryan saved his 11th. Smith delivers, and Richardson swings and misses at a fastball, strike 2. The 1-2 on the way from Jesse Smith. Up high, and it's even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Angels wrap up their series with Texas tomorrow. Start time locally 4 o'clock, so really no chance to get down there to watch the Angels and then get back to the Travs game. The 2-2. Richardson checks a swing at a curve in the dirt. Bounces off Wilson, falls in front, but on the appeal, Carl Spackler, the first base umpire, said Richardson didn't go. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Angels tomorrow scheduled to send Jeff Weaver to the hill against Robinson Tejeda. 3-2 pitch, line drive, shallow left center, falling, and a base hit. Leadoff single for Kevin Richardson, his first hit of the series. Leadoff man aboard for the 3rd time for the RoughRiders. Kevin Mahar coming up next. Mahar caught looking in the 3rd inning, the only strikeout for Jesse Smith so far. Mahar on a 6-game hit streak. 1 homer, 3 RBIs. Here's a pitch. In there for a strike on a curveball, strike 1. Jesse Smith had a string of 3 consecutive victorious starts, April 26th through May 7th. He's lost his last 2. The 0-1 in the dirt, blocked by Wilson. Richardson holds, 1 ball, 1 strike. No other Traveler starting pitcher has more than 1 victory. Stephen Shell had a win. Daniel Davidson has 1 win. So does Chris Hunter. Out of the Travs starting rotation, only 6 wins. 1-1 pitch. Caught off the fist into the first base seat by Mahar. Strike 2. Travers starting pitchers certainly deserve more than just those 6 wins. You heard Ty Boykin perhaps during the pregame show refer to a pitcher who's 0-4 who could have a 4-4 or even 5-1 or 5-2 record. That'd be James Holcomb. Holcomb with an 0-4 record with an ERA at 3.63, which was just out of the top 10. Time called by the batter, and Mahar steps out. Speaking of pitching, Alan Buckley no longer with the team. He is back in Arizona rehabbing a lower back problem. The 1-2 pitch is fouled off the catcher. I'll tell you what, Mahar swung at a pitch that would have hit him. Still 1-2. Looked like the pitch was coming at Mahar's hip, yet he still went after it and dives into the plate. Seems that Mahar could be a batter that Smith could jam with a fastball at the right spot. Touchette still warming up in the Frisco bullpen. That leads you to believe that they'll go to the bullpen next inning. The 1-2, line drive to left, base hit. David Gates over to cut it off. Richardson stops at second base. 2 singles to start the 5th for the RoughRiders. And Frisco is in business in the 5th. Smith went to the slider, and it kind of flattened out on him. Mahar went down and lined it between third and short for the RoughRiders' 5th base hit. Now to the top of the RoughRiders order with Casey Benjamin. I wonder if the Riders have the sacrifice bunt in order. Benjamin, being the leadoff man, should be able to bunt. He has put down 1 sacrifice this year. Travs corner infielders guard the bunt. Brown comes up to the grass at third. Porter in front of Mahar at first base. Wood plays at average short. Rodland holding Richardson at second. Smith from the stretch. Pitch to Benjamin. Squares around, takes. There's a throw to second base. A tag, not in time. Good throw by Bobby Wilson. Richardson recognized the throw just in the nick of time to get inside of the tag of Brandon Wood. Count 1-0 on Benjamin. A good play there. Travs utilized all kinds of pickoff plays for Bobby Wilson's accurate and strong throwing arm, but remember, Wilson has also thrown a couple of those pickoff throws away. Here's the stretch by Smith. Corner's creeping up. Benjamin squares late and takes a strike on the outside corner. 1-1 to the shortstop of the RoughRiders. Benjamin grounded out in the first. Single to center in the third. Frisco leading 1-0. Greg Porter came over from first base for a chat with Smith on the mound. Relay signs to the infielders. Brown playing caddy quarters for the base at third with his back to the third base coach. Porter inching up at first. Benjamin squares around, brings it back, slaps it, foul, back into the screen, strike 2. You got the sense once Benjamin squared around as Smith came into the set position that he was going to slap one, because Benjamin, when he looks like he's bunting for the sacrifice, gives it away late. He doesn't want those corners to come all the way up and having a good line of sight for a throw to third base for a possible force out. But now on a 1-2 count, the Travs still think he may be bunting. The corners remain in. Smith checks second and delivers. Squaring around, Benjamin takes down and in, and it's 2-2. So Darrell Kennedy continues to put the bunt on, even with a 2-strike situation. Foul ball bunt, of course, is a strikeout on the 2-strike pitch. Smith toes the rubber. At second base, Richardson. Mahar at first, nobody out. Bat on the shoulders of Benjamin. Pitch comes inside, ball 3, and he never shortened up. Smith is one pitch out of the strike zone away from loading the bases with nobody out. There's also a chance that the runners could be in motion. Here's a stretch. Smith to the plate. Runner stays. Swung on. Ground ball to second. Rodman scoops it. Flips to second base. Woods throw to first. Not in time. Bang, bang. Played first base. Porter did the split to shorten the distance between second base and first. But Benjamin, who runs out of the left side of the batter's box, showed good speed and stays out of the double play. 4-6 for the out at second base, and Wood put a perfect throw with a lot of mustard on it, but still not in time. First and third for the Cardinals for Adam Morrissey. Morrissey is 1 for 2. Morrissey singled to center in the first, bounced out to second base in the third inning. 3 hits in the series and 1 RBI. Frisco 1, Trav nothing, bottom 5. Porter holding Benjamin at first base. He creeps away. At third base is Richardson. The pitch is a fastball, swung on and missed, strike 1. Smith has had 1 double play turn behind him today. That was back in the second inning. 4 turned behind him on the season. Steps to third, fakes the throw, looks at first. Benjamin holding. Let's see if Smith can't get that swing killing. Benjamin short lead. Jesse throws over anyway, and Casey dives back in his safe. 1-0 RoughRiders. Frisco beat the Travs yesterday 2-1. And another low-scoring affair tonight. Smith looks over the left shoulder at first. Sets, pauses, delivers a pitch. Outside and low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Smith's first 3 innings were rather uneventful. Gave up a home run on the 4th. Pitched around a 2-base error. But scuffling here in the 5th. Throws to first again, not in time. Consecutive singles by Kevin Richardson and Kevin Mahar. And Benjamin reached on the fielder's choice with Mahar forced at second. 1 ball, 1 strike on the right-handed Morrissey. Smith throws a pitch. Lined up the middle, into center for a base hit. 2-0 Frisco. Richardson scores. And the ball gets by Bacon in center field. He'll pick it up and throw to second. Morrissey slides in. He is safe. That'll be another error on Dwayne Bacon, moving runners to second and third. Morrissey credited with his second RBI of this series. It's 2-0 Frisco. Dwayne Bacon commits his 5th error of the season and his 2nd error in 2 innings. So you don't have the chance of the double play anymore with Benjamin at third base and Morrissey at second on Bacon's error. That was a pretty bad error, too. A ground ball hit right to him. Dropped the fly ball at the warning track in the 4th inning. I think that's understandable with a ball hit right over your head and a long way to run to 409 feet to dead center, but on a ground ball hit right to him, any outfielder should be able to pick that up. Ken Patterson visits the mound. Trav's pitching coach speaking with Jesse Smith, giving up 3 hits to the first 4 batters he's faced, and now faces Nate Gold, who drove a pitch over the left field fence in the 4th inning to give Frisco a 1-0 lead, and now it's 2-0. So the Travs scuffling at the plate. The infield will play halfway up. Now, Gold is not a ground ball hitter. He looks to get it in the air. Popped up in the first. And the home run in the 4th, of course, in the air and went out of the ballpark over the left field stand. Second and third, 1 out. Smith looks at second. Throws a pitch. Swing and a miss. Wilson fires to third. Brown is there to corral it behind the base. It's back to third base when Benjamin. It wasn't even close. 0-1 on Gold. Smith had allowed just 3 hits over the first 4 innings. 3 hits to 4 batters here in the 5th. Gold swings and misses at another curveball, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Smith needs a strikeout. Only 1 so far. Here's the pitch. Check swing, bounces away from Wilson to the right, but Benjamin holds his third. It didn't get that far away, and Smith covered at the plate. Smith wanted an appeal on the check swing, but the plate umpire, Al Chervich, said he got it. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. One and 2 on Gold, who was whipped only 19 times, which is pretty low for a home run hitter. The pitch, swing and a miss. Got him on a curveball. Big strikeout for Jesse Smith. 2 away. And that'll bring up Jim Fasano. Now the infield can drop back. Jesse was able to pitch around Bacon's first error back in the 4th inning, stranding a runner at third base. And he's 1 more out. Pitch around the 2nd error here in the 5th inning. Fasano, left-hander, 0 for 2. He had fly to center and popped up to first. Smith from the stretch. First pitch comes. Fly ball left field. Well hit. Going back gate. The warning track. He'll leap into the fence. Couldn't catch it. Bacon fields it off the wall. 2-run score. And Fasano into second with a stand-up double. And RoughRiders lead it 4-0. Well, the error doesn't really figure into the runs here. They would have scored whether they were at first and second base on a 2-out double. So Fasano makes it a 4-0 Frisco lead. Smith has allowed 3 runs and 4 hits here in the 5th inning. Travis Metcalf will now try to drive Fasano home. Metcalf walked and reached on an error. First pitch is a strike, low outside corner. Nobody warming up in the Traveler bullpen at the moment. Touchette still getting ready in the Frisco pen. So Armando Galarraga apparently will be leaving the game after 5 innings with the lead. Smith checking Fasano before throwing home and firing to the knees for strike 2. To righty, Smith's 0-2 pitch, low outside curveball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Metcalf. Night is completely fallen in here to Frisco. Dark all around us except for the concrete shopping jungle. Various light fixtures out there. And the big lights here at the ballpark. A 1-2 count from Smith. Pitch to Metcalf, ground ball to the hole. Picked up by Brown at third base. Fires across and ends the 5th inning. Big inning, though, for the RoughRiders with 3 runs on 4 base hits, 1 Traveler error, and 1 man stranded. We'll go to the 6th inning, and the Travs are behind the 8 ball. 4-0 Frisco on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
An accident involving a large truck can cause a lot of damage. If you're injured, you need a law firm that knows what they're doing. And while facts differ and results vary, we've got a verdict as large as $12.5 million in a single tractor-trailer case. Put this experience on your side. Call us at Gary Eubanks & Associates. We'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
1, 2, 3.
We're
supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced-calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard. Cashback, airline miles, or merchandise points, and you'll never pay an annual fee. For limited time, we'll give you 1,000 reward points, and you'll get a low 6.9% annual percentage rate for the life of balance transfers. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at ascu.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
To Dr. Pepper Ballpark as the Frisco RoughRiders dig into the bullpen and bring out Denny Touche. Armando Galarraga goes the first 5 innings. Limits the top-hitting team in the league to only 3 base hits. No runs. Galarraga walked 2 batters, hit another, and struck out 7. So Galarraga with his finest appearance of the season. First time that he has not allowed a run in a start. And Touche, who is nowhere to be found on the Frisco roster, has pitched in 3 games with Frisco, 1 win, no losses, and a .491 earned run average. He's on the statistics for the RoughRiders, but not on the roster. That's their media department, consisting of nobody, has given us this roster. Might as well crumple it up. Eric Rodlin leads off the 6th against Touche. Rodlin, one of the 3 Traveler base hits. And they take a pitch outside for ball 1. Rodlin, Wood, and Porter here in the 6th inning. Rodlin a single and a strikeout today. Left-hand batter. Touche from the windup. Pitch outside, 2-0. Danny Touche, 6'2", 202 pounds. Pitch to Rodlin on the outside corner, strike 1. He'd been pitching at Single-A Bakersfield as a reliever before a call up to Double-A Frisco. 1 win, 2 losses, 3.07 ERA in the California League. Pitch to Rodlin, strike 2 called on the very outside corner, 2 balls, 2 strikes. RoughRiders putting up a run in the 4th on a Nate Gold homer. 3-run rally in the 5th inning. Travis left the bases loaded in the 5th. Here's a 2-2 to Rodlin inside a slider, ball 3. Touche kicks. Payoff to Rodlin, swinging a ground ball to short, picked up by Benjamin deep. His throw to first is on the money. Rodlin is out number 1. I'm going to bring up Brandon Wood. Travis has stranded 4 men over the last 2 innings, 3 of them in scoring position, and remember, 2 men thrown out at second base, 1 in the first, 1 in the second. Wood collected a 2-out double in the 4th inning. Well, was stranded at second base. He struck out in the first. Here's a pitch from Touche. Wood will take a breaking ball low, ball 1. Nobody working in the Traveler bullpen, so Jesse Smith will come back out for the next inning. Galarraga threw 87 pitches over 5 frames. Wood swings, smacks it deep to center, but a line drive directly to the center fielder, Mahar. Only had to go back a couple of feet, and he makes the catch. Perfect positioning for the Frisco outfield, and Wood is 1 for 3. So 2 outs and nobody on base for Greg Porter. Porter, after a 2-for-3 night yesterday, is 0-for-2 today. Strikeout in the second, and a fly to center in the fourth. Touche from the windup, the right-hander kicks. Porter will back away from a fastball high and tight, 1-0. Gap in right center for Porter. On deck, Wilson. Trav looking to start a string of hits. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on, big bouncing ball to short, picked up by Benjamin. Plenty of time for the throw, and Porter is recorded out 6-3. A 1-2-3 inning thrown by Danny Touche to send us into the bottom of the 6th, and it's still Frisco 4 and Arkansas nothing. There, America, Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
It takes teamwork to be able to reach new goals in today's complex business environment. Each one of us should strive to be a step ahead and know how to compete in a rapidly changing world. The ITT Tech School of Business is about helping people prepare for the challenges of a competitive world. ITT Technical Institute School of Business, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safely. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with the Safe Driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with Deductible Rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate, Dan. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible awards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Jesse Smith returns to the mound for the bottom of the 6th inning. He and the Arkansas Travelers are trailing by a score of 4-0. Smith, who gave up 1 run in the 4th on a home run by Nate Gold, allowed 3 runs and 4 base hits in the 5th inning. One of those runs unearned, according to the official score, because of the second of 2 errors by Dwayne Bacon today. With Smith facing the 6, 7, and 8 slots in the RoughRiders order, starting with Anthony Webster. And we'll start to get a action in the Arkansas bullpen as Aaron Pullen gets up, and the Midland, Texas native will start to warm. Phil Elson with you at the Giant Soda Bottle, better known as Dr. Pepper Ballpark. Another low-scoring game today, but yesterday both teams were low-scoring. Frisco with 4 runs over the last 2 innings and started to put bat on the ball. Travis not doing so much hitting. 3 hits over the first 6 innings. Anthony Webster leads off the 6th against Jesse. First pitch is hit high in the air to shallow right. Matt Pauley comes in, settles underneath it, reaches up and catches that can of corn, and Webster is 0 for 3. Checking the Texas League games, Jason McIntosh of San Antonio working on a 5-hitter over 6 innings. The Missions lead the second-place Drillers 4-0 at Driller Stadium in the 7th inning. Corpus Christi has scored the last 5 runs over Wichita, 5-1. The Hooks lead in the 6th inning. Wranglers got ahead on an Angel Sanchez first-inning home run. Jake Blaylock's the batter, 0 for 2, right-hander. Takes a pitch low from Smith, ball 1. Midland on homers by Brent Colamarino and Matt Allegra. The Rockhounds 5 and the Springfield Cardinals 4. In the top of the 6th at Hammond Field, Blaylock will line it to second, caught by Eric Rodlin on a leaping grab. Very nice play by Rodlin for the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up Kevin Richardson. With 2 outs on only 3 pitches for Smith, that'll move his pitch count to 93. Richardson singled to start that 5th inning.
He would score on a base hit by Adam Morrissey. 1 for 2. Smith fires a fastball for strike one. 4-0 Frisco. Travs left the bases loaded in the fifth. The 0-1 comes to the 8-hitting Richardson. He swings late, misses, strike two. Smith trying for his first perfect inning of the night. And here's the 0-2 to Richardson. Check swing and a miss. He went around, strike three. So a rather easy sixth inning as Jesse Smith records his third strikeout. And that'll take us into the seventh inning. Frisco 4, the Travelers nothing on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Make your plans now to see the best racing under the lights at Texas Motor Speedway, June 8th, 9th, and 10th. You won't want to miss another incredible finish like this one from 2002.
Here we come once again. It's the line. The winner's going to be Sam Ornish Jr. by 96 thousandths of a second.
The Oak Creek Homes qualifying day for the IRL and the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series will be Thursday, June 8th. And on Friday, June 9th, David Starr, Dennis Setzer, Todd Boda, and the rest of the Craftsman Truck Series will go door to door and heat up the asphalt in the Samstown 400. But the weekend would not be complete without the fearless drivers of the Indy Racing League at speeds over 200 miles per hour in the Bombardier Learjet 500 Saturday night, June 10th. Could it be Dan Weldon, Sam Hornish Jr., Tony Kanaan, or Danica Patrick claiming the Texas victory? Don't miss the action under the lights. Call 817-215-8500 or visit TexasMotorSpeedway.com. Texas Motor Speedway, celebrating 10 years strong.
Do you have an interest in broadcasting, enjoy baseball, and are looking for a part-time job opportunity? Well, maybe we have what you're looking for. KDXE AM 1380 is the home for Arkansas Travelers baseball, and we need to add to our staff of board operators for Travelers games. Your responsibility will involve the process of putting Arkansas Travelers games on the air. The work schedule includes weeknights and weekends shared with other staff board operators. No experience in broadcasting is necessary, and learning our system for game broadcasts is easy. If you're interested, give us a call at 501-221-1380. That's 501-221-1380.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Sixth innings complete at Dr. Pepper Ballpark. Frisco 4, Arkansas nothing. The Travs trying to stave off their fourth consecutive loss. And with losses in 12 of the last 14 games, losing is starting to become more than just something that happens every once in a while. It's becoming reality for the Arkansas Travelers, yet they still continue to fight game after game. Unable to come up with a big hit today. Leading off for Arkansas is Bobby Wilson. Swings and misses at the first pitch from Denny Touchette. Touchette sets down Arkansas in order in the sixth inning in his first frame of the night. Wilson, whose 6-game hit streak is on the line, is 0 for 2. 0-1 from the right-hander. Wilson swings and misses at a curveball, and it's 0-2. Touchette eyeing the sign. 0-2 pitch. Swinging a liner to left. Laylock coming on to make the running catch. Wilson lines out to left. He's 0 for 3. Here comes Matt Brown. The only Traveler to be on base 2 times today. Walking in the second, walking in the fifth. Never making it further than third base. Travs have had 2 opportunities to score today. Brandon Woods 2-out double in the 4th inning, but Greg Porter fly to center. In the 5th, Arkansas low to the base with 2 outs. Dwayne Bacon flied out to right. Pitch to Brown from Touche. A strike on the inside corner. 0-1. Angels have taken the lead at Texas 5-4 in the 6th inning. Vladimir Guerrero has hit his 12th home run, and Kendry Morales homered in his major league debut. There's a high fly by Brown down to the left field line. Charging in, Blaylock falls in for a hit. He'll fire to second base, keeps Matt to a 1-out single. Little cheapy inside the line and left. Very, very high fly ball. But with Blaylock positioned towards the gap, he had a long way to run and couldn't make up the ground. So that'll bring up Matt Pauley. Pauley is 1 for 2.
singled in the 5th inning. Grounded to the mound in the 3rd. Travelers, no runs, 4 hits, 2 errors. Stranding 4. Frisco, 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors. And the Riders have left 4 men on as well. Paulie, a left-hand batter. 3 homers with the Travs in 2 weeks. First pitch, a strike from Touche on the outside corner, 0-1. Paulie homered in the 7th inning yesterday, also against the Frisco bullpen. Touche's 0-1. There's a high fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike on the 7-hitting Paulie. Paulie with 13 hits in his last 11 games. Bigger numbers, 13 runs batted in. Travs need a jolt. They've been shut out over 6 innings for the 2nd straight night. They haven't been shut out in a game this year. Here's a 1-1. Off the outside corner, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike on Paulie. On deck is David Gates. Gates has been scuffling. Jason Espino after him, and Espino had mentioned earlier today, not very comfortable at the plate. Pitcher's conditions. Ball not carrying today. 2-1 pitch to Paulie. Low ball 3, 3-1. Morales hasn't just homered, but he is 3 for 3 in his first major league game. 2 RBIs. 3-1 to Paulie. Pitch. Brown running. Ground ball to first. Scooped up by Gold. Looks to second. Doesn't throw. They'll retreat to first base for the force out on Paulie, and Brown will get into second base. They stay out of the double play with a hit and run. Also making his major league debut today is Jason Botts. Botts, who was a Frisco RoughRider just a couple of years ago, called up from AAA Oklahoma today. Botts had an outstanding 2004, was voted as the best designated hitter in the Texas League, and was the league's leading home run hitter. David Gates, the batter. Brown at second. Gates 0 for 2, striking out twice. Left-hander Shane Wallace getting ready in the Frisco bullpen. Right-hander Touche in his second inning starts off a curve to Gates, 0-1. Gates struck out looking in the 3rd, swinging in the 5th. 8 strikeouts in his last 10 at-bats. No hit. Touche will give Brown a look. No one holding Matt. Here's the 0-1. Curveball yanked foul down the left field line. Strike 2 on Gates. Other former Travelers in that Angels game, Sean Figgins 1 for 3 with a run scored. Morales batting 5th. Dallas McPherson in the 6th hole 0 for 3. Mike Napoli is 1 for 2 at a single. Adam Kennedy is 2 for 2. John Lackey is still on the mound, only 1 earned run in 5 innings with 4 total runs. 0-2 to Gates, foul back, still 0-2. The money is on Morales hitting in the major leagues over his first couple of weeks. The idea is, how will he respond once they start changing speeds on him? Throw a lot of breaking balls and off speed. It'll take Henderson time to adjust, but I'd say don't look for him in the minors again. Here's the 0-2 to Gates. Chopper to the hole, it's short, but Benjamin is there. He'll wind up and throw across, and Gold stretches towards the outfield to bring it in. Arkansas done in the 7th inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. Middle of the 7th, they'll stretch him at Dr. Pepper Ballpark. Frisco 4, Arkansas nothing. This is Air America Little Rock, 1380 KPXE.
He's been a sports anchor on TV. He's reported on games of the Kansas City Chiefs. He hosts NFL postgame shows week after week.
but he still hasn't quit his day job. Gordon Docking is the Chief Executive Officer of St. Mary's Hospital in suburban Kansas City. He's distinguished himself nationally as an innovator in healthcare, impacting the design of the hospitals of tomorrow. But before he was CEO, he was a master's degree student at Webster University. Today, he's an achiever in many walks of life. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
It's on the way, and you can catch the Trans online at www.trans.com. The Arkansas Travelers have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Trans game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Trans online at trans.com. Purchase tickets, Trans souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.trans.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Last of the seventh, and the first of the Arkansas bullpen is Aaron Pullen. Relieves Jesse Smith for the seventh. Smith has set down the last four batters he faced to finish the start strong. Still gave up 4 runs on 7 hits and a walk in 6 frames. And Jesse, unfortunately, the best he can do today is a no decision. With 3-3 record on the line, Aaron Pullen comes on in the 7th inning. Frisco leading by a 4-0 score. Recapping the RoughRiders runs, Nate Gold, a leadoff homer in the 4th inning. End of the 5th, 4 hits. 3 runs come home. RBI single by Adam Morrissey. 2-run double from Jim Fasano. Pullen making his 16th appearance of the year. 1 win, no losses. ERA at 5.32, coming off a scoreless outing against Springfield on Saturday. He had pitched a scoreless 8th inning, holding on to that 7-run lead, but then the rest of the Traveler bullpen couldn't hold it in the 9th, allowing 8 runs. Pulling on to face a 9-hitter, Kevin Mahar. Mahar has struck out and singled today. Then to the top of the order was Casey Benjamin and Adam Morrissey. First pitch of the inning is swung on and missed, strike 1. Pullen 6'3", 200 pounds. Pitched his college ball just down the road in Arlington. Here's the 0-1. In the dirt, 1 ball, 1 strike. So Aaron certainly in a familiar spot. Will be going to even more of a familiar spot after tomorrow's game out to Midland, Texas for a 4-game set with the Rockhounds. And that's Aaron's hometown. The 1-1 to Mahar, called strike on a slider, strike 2. Next pitch a little outside, even count. Travelers had scoring opportunities in the 5th and 6th, and that's it. The 2-2 on the way. Swung on, high fly ball down the right field line, shallow, hangs in the air. Allows Rodlin to settle underneath it from second base, but Pauly comes in and calls him off. Pauly makes the catch, and there's 1 out. Traveler fans, next homestand, Tuesday, May 30th through Sunday, June the 4th. Come out to the ballpark on Tuesday, May 30th for the first. Business person special doubleheader. It's a tradition that we may be bringing over to Dickey Stevens Park in 2007. And there's no reason to even get dressed for work. Just put on a pair of shorts, come out to the ballpark next Tuesday, 1 week from today, and enjoy 14 innings of splendid Texas League baseball and wireless internet provided by AT&T Wi-Fi. Pitch bounced off the glove of the pitcher. It ricochets to Rodlin. Throw to first base, not in time, and Casey Benjamin legs out an infield single. Not that it's a play that Pullen should have made, because it was hit fairly well, a bouncing ball off the pitcher's glove. Slowed it down a little bit. Rodlin was there to field it off of Aaron's mitt, and then his throw just not in time. Second time that Benjamin has flashed some speed. In the 5th inning, he had hit a possible little play ball, but beat the relay throw, so his speed gives him his second hit of the day.
Adam Morrissey now in there. Swings and misses at a curveball. Strike one. A business person special starting at noon 1 week from today. Gates open at 11 o'clock. And again, AT&T Wi-Fi has made Ray Winder Field a brand new hotspot, which is available for Traveler fans for free. We'll give you a coupon when you come into the ballpark if you ask for it. And you can get on the internet with a wireless card. There's a liner towards right by Morrissey. Long way for Polly. Reaches up over his head. Extra bases. Benjamin over to third base. Holds. A double by Morrissey makes it second and third for Nate Gold. So an infield single by Benjamin, followed by Morrissey's third base hit of the game. He'd also driven in a run on the fifth. So Morrissey 3 for 4, continuing to hit a double-A. So the pressure put on Pullen now as he faces Nate Gold. The infield will come up. Out to the mound goes Bobby Wilson for a chat with Aaron. A 4-run game, and the Travelers not very comfortable at the plate today, so this is a dire situation for Aaron Pullen to keep Arkansas within some kind of striking distance. Pullen from the stretch. Gold 1 for 3 with a home run. Big right-hander takes a changeup low. 1 ball, no strikes. Gold, a fly ball hitter, pops up in the first, homer to the fourth, struck out in the fifth. The 1-0. Swing and a miss on the Aaron Pullen slider, strike one. At third base, Casey Benjamin. He is a fast runner. Morrissey at second, good speed as well. Pullen delivers the 1-1. Low and away, ball 2. Gold hanging off the slider there. Pullen replacing Jesse Smith here in the 7th inning. Smith through 96 pitches over a 6th-inning performance. The 2-1 pitch to Gold. Swing and a tip foul off the catcher's mitt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pullen on the season has recorded 11 strikeouts in 22 innings. Walked 14, 28 hits. The 2-2 low, 3-2 count. League hitting .299 against Pullen in his second go-around at Double-A. Had some moments last year where he was outstanding. Other moments, quite the opposite. This season's been the same way. Big pitch coming up. Here's a 3-2 to Gold. Ball 4. A slider low, and it's the first bases loaded chance for the RoughRiders in this series. And the bases are loaded for the cleanup batter, Fasano. After going hitless in his first 6 at-bats over yesterday and today, doubled 2 runs home in the 5th inning. Fasano, 1 for 2 of the bases loaded. Left-hand batter, pulling a righty, fires home and gets a strike on the inside corner. Pullen facing a bases-loaded spot for the 6th time this year. He's allowed 2 hits. It is 0-1 on the cleanup batter, Fasano. The pitch, a little outside. Changeup darted low and away, and Fasano recognized the pitch and held back, and it's 1-1. 4-0 Frisco, but a chance for a whole lot more for the Riders here in the 7th inning. Bases loaded, 1 out. Fasano has homered 3 times, driven in 15. Pitch, bouncing ball, hole at second, fielded by Rodlin, throws to second. There's an out. Wood will hold on to it, and the run scores. So Fasano on a fielder's choice makes it 5-0 as Benjamin shoots home from third base. Morrissey advances to third. Gold forced out 4-6 at second. And Fasano reaches with his third RBI of the game. So the RoughRiders get a run out of the bases-loaded spot. Now Travis Metcalf will try to bring in another run. He has walked, reached on a drop fly ball, and grounded out. Right-hand batter pitches a strike from pulling at the knees, 0-1. 5 runs and 9 hits for the RoughRiders. No runs and 4 hits for the Travs. The 0-1 on the way. Grounded up the middle, off the mound, fielded by Wood. He'll flip to Rodman at second for the force out on Fasano, and that'll end the 7th inning. The Riders tack on one more run with 2 base hits. They strand a couple of men. We'll go to the top of the 8th. Frisco leading 5-0 on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not know, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. To stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Ameripride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. Ameripride features a wide range of high-quality custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an Ameripride consultant. Also specializing in the finest quality table linen, rental mats, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for Ameripride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Travelers.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Park, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
Think of us like a thinking person voter's guide. Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE, North Little Rock.
RoughRiders dig into the bullpen once again. Shane Wallace enters and carries a 5-0 lead for the RoughRiders into the 8th inning. RoughRiders scoring one more time in the 7th inning. And they have put the Travs to the test today. Travs only recording 4 base hits. Armando Galarraga started, allowed 3 hits over 5 innings, struck out 7. Danny Touche, 2 innings, 1 hit, no strikeouts. And now here is Wallace. Wallace will face Jason Espedo, Dwayne Bacon, and Eric Rodlin. First pitch to Espedo, a strike. He was 0 for 1, hit by a pitch and a strikeout. Wallace, a left-hander, winds up. Espedo swings and misses at a curve, strike 2. Shane Wallace started the season at Single-A Bakersfield. Only made 2 appearances. This is his 4th with Frisco. Slider off the plate outside, ball 1. Wallace has allowed 2 runs in an inning in the 3rd. The 1-1 on the way to Espedo. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. And the frustrating night for Jason Espedo continues with his 2nd strikeout. Wallace, formerly a Cardinals prospect, selected by the Cleveland Indians in the 6th round of 1999 out of a high school in nearby Carrollton, Texas. Dropped by the Indians midway in the 2003 season and pitched with Springfield. 7 appearances last year, had a 9.82 ERA. Wayne Bacon takes a called strike, and it's 0-1. Bacon switches to the right side. He was 0 for 3 against the starter Galarraga. Bacon's also committed 2 errors in center field. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss at a fastball, strike 2. Wallace only made 8 appearances last year, missing most of the season with an injury. That's the reason he started this season on the DL and didn't make his first appearance until the middle of May. 25 years old, pardon me. The 0-2, a little high, ball 1. 4 Traveler hits today. Eric Rodlin, a first-inning single. Brandon Wood, a fourth-inning double. Matt Pauley, a fifth-inning single. Seventh-inning single by Matt Brown. Little tapper to the mound by Bacon. Easy play for Wallace. He throws Bacon out, and Blaine 0 for 4. 2 quick outs, and out of the last 10 Traveler batters, 9 have gone down. Eric Rodlin coming up. 5-0 Frisco leading, and as of now, Frisco is not just leading, they're cruising. Here's Rodlin, 1 for 3. Pitch on the way from Wallace. In there for a strike. We mentioned earlier during the game that there are 2 players on Frisco's ball club that are starting today that played college ball with Eric Rodlin. That's the catcher Richardson of the first baseman in gold. Fastball from Wallace up high, 1-1. Another one of his teammates from Eric's days at Gonzaga, Jason Bay, Rookie of the Year for the Pirates a couple years ago. He homered today for Pittsburgh. 2-0 Pirates in the third over Arizona. Pitch inside to Rodlin. 2 balls, 1 strike. White Sox 9, Oakland 3 in the 7th. Texas has scored twice in the 7th inning, leading the Angels 6-5. Rodlin a flat foul ball out of play left side, 2-2. Kansas City has had 2 homers hit by Mark Grzelcyk and his 5-3 Royals, leaving the Tigers after 7. Cleveland and Minnesota tied at 5 in the 8th. Baltimore scored 4 runs in the first at Seattle. It's still 4-0 after 1 inning. Yankees beat Boston 7-5. And Toronto beat Tampa Bay 4-1. Rodlin a slap line drive to left field, a base hit, a 2-out single for Rodlin, and he's 2 for 4. Finals out of the National League. Washington hit 3 home runs, and the Nationals beat Houston 4-1. Damian Jackson, Darrell Ward, and Alfonso Soriano with a home run. The Florida Marlins edge the Cubbies 5-4. Matt Kensing the winner. Dempster takes the loss. Jacobs a 2-run single in the 9th for the final run. Cincinnati a winner over Milwaukee 7-3, 4 RBIs for Ken Griffey Jr. Brandon Wood, first pitch swinging, fly ball to center field, and Mahar is right there to make the catch. Another scoreless inning for the Arkansas Travelers. They've played 8. Going into the bottom of the 8th, it's still 5-0 Frisco. It's Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
AgPro knows your patience. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Aaron Aaron Pullen back for another inning of work after the Travs go down scoreless for the 8th consecutive inning today. They're in danger of getting shut out for the first time this year, which would mean the Travs score only 1 run over 2 games. They lost yesterday 2-1 in a pitcher's duel. Jesse Smith on the hook for the loss unless the Travs come back in the 9th. But first, Aaron Pullen trying for a shutout 8th inning. Pullen allowed a run on 2 hits in the 7th. Anthony Webster leads off the 8th. Takes the first pitch fastball from Pullen for strike 1. Webster, a left-hand batter, is 0 for 3. Pullen working quickly. The 0-1. Hard ground ball off Greg Porter's glove. He had to dive just to get a glove on it, and it dribbles behind him into foul territory. It'll be a leadoff single for Anthony Webster. Porter dove towards the foul line, got a glove on it, but it kicked off the glove and rolled about 15 feet in back of him, so it'll be a single for Webster, his first of the game, and the 10th base hit overall for the RoughRiders tonight. Jake Blaylock coming up. Blaylock 0 for 3. And a pitch from Pullen. Hard ground ball to the hole at short. Wood has a long way to go. Gets it. Throws to second. Not in time. Webster slides in to beat the throw. Blaylock safe at first base. It'll be another base hit off of Aaron Pullen. It's the 4th he's given up. But 2 infield singles here in the 8th inning. They've been hard ground balls, but stopped by the infielders. Kevin Richardson is next up. Richardson singled to start a 3-run rally in the 5th. He's 1 for 3. Hit from Pullen, low, ball 1. Nobody warming up in the Traveler bullpen, so this is Aaron Pullen's 8th inning. Unless things get out of hand, and hopefully they won't. The 1-0 in the dirt, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes on Richardson. RoughRiders have built a 5-0 lead. Here's Pullen's 2-0 pitch. Popped up, first base side, out of play. The RoughRiders have hurled 1 shutout this year. There haven't been many shutouts in the Texas League in 2006. They blanked Wichita 7-0 on May the 2nd in Wichita. Pullen coming set, checking Webster. The 2-1 delivery outside, ball 3. Travelers haven't been shut out this year. The 3-1. A strike on a fastball. Up around the letters, and it's full. On deck is Kevin Mahar. He would love to have a bases loaded chance with no outs. Pullen trying to get the first out of the 8th. A 3-2 pitch coming. Here it is. Check swing and a high fastball. Appeal denied. Bases loaded, nobody out. Second walk from Pullen in an inning. And that'll bring up Kevin Mahar. Bases were loaded against Pullen in the 7th, but that was with 1 out. Gave up a run. Now they're loaded with nobody out. Mahar, 6 home runs, 1 for 3 today. Infield looking for a double play ball. Mahar slaps it foul off the end of the bat, strike 1. Mahar is 1 for 2 with the bases loaded. 5-0 Frisco. And Pullen trying to keep things from getting out of hand. Pitch comes, low and outside, 1-1. Bill Edwards is warming up right now in the Traveler pen. From the stretch Pullen, runners take the lead. The 1-1 to Mahar. Hit in the air towards right field. Not deep. Pauly is underneath it. Webster tagging at third. The catch is made, and the throw to the infield to be cut off by Greg Porter. Laylock advances from second to third base. Sacrifice fly for Mahar makes it 6-0, and it's his 12th RBI of the year, and it's still first and third for Frisco with only one out. Mullins allows 2 runs in an inning and a third, and that'll bring up Casey Benjamin. Benjamin aboard 3 times with 2 hits and a fielder's choice. He has scored twice. Left-hand batter. They're looking for 2 on the infield. Pullen delivers a fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. Now Frisco has 6 runs, 1 more than the Travelers' hit total, 5. 3-0-1 pitch. Ground ball to second, could be 2. Rodlin over to Wood. Wood to Porter, rack him up. Double play ends the 8th. And still couldn't keep the Frisco RoughRiders from tacking on 1 run on 2 base hits. They strand a man, and we'll go into the 9th inning. Last chance for the Travelers. 6-0 Frisco on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live. Make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Travelers trying to stay from being shut out for the first time this year. They enter into the 9th inning trailing 6-0. They'll be facing their 3rd different pitcher over the last 3 innings, Jesse Carlson. Carlson replaces Shane Wallace. Wallace is scoreless 8th, giving up a hit, no runs, 1 strikeout. Armando Galarraga, start of the season 0-6, is watching from the dugout and hoping he gets his first win right here. Galarraga with the first 5 innings of work, scattering 3 hits, struck out 7. The Travs have had only 1 inning where they've had more than 1 man on base. That was in the 5th. They've loaded the bases on a walk, a single by Matt Pauly. Jason Esposito hit by a 2-out curveball. Wayne Bacon fly out to right field, and the Travs haven't had a scoring opportunity since. For Carlson, the 6'1 left-hander, enters the game. Really not much pressure on him. Carlson making his 16th appearance of the season, all out of the bullpen. He's 2-0 with a 3.97 ERA. Travs have been held to 1 run and 10 hits over the last 2 games. So never mind the fact that if they don't score the 6 runs here in the 9th inning, it'll be 4 straight losses and 13 losses in 15 games. But the strength of the ball club, the offense, the ability to swing it, has fallen by the wayside here in Frisco. I give the RoughRider pitchers some credit. They have done a great job. They had a game plan against the Travs, and it has worked. Greg Porter to begin the 9th. Porter 0 for 3 today with a strikeout, fly to center, and a ground to short. Carlson from the windup, and his pitch supporter. Swung on, broken bat flare heading up the middle, but gloved by the second baseman Morrissey in the air, and that's out number one. One pitch, one out, and Porter breaking the bat. That'll bring up Bobby Wilson. Wilson 0 for 3, 8-game hitting streak on the line. Fly to center, ground to third, line out to left. He hit the ball hard twice. First pitch is away, ball one. Carlson with 15 strikeouts and 7 walks in 23 innings, 23 hits allowed. Here's the 1-0 to Wilson. Fly ball to right field, not well hit. Webster is there. And Webster grabs out number 2 in the 9th inning. We'll have the scoreboard, the recap of the game, coming up after the final out on the Allstate Insurance postgame report. The season continues to spiral out of control for the Arkansas Travelers. Matt Brown, the batter, singled and walked twice. Pitch from Carlson is outside, ball one. It looks like the Travs may be turning things around a little bit after that dramatic comeback win Friday. Brown, a high fly ball into right center. Webster and Mahar converging. The right fielder Webster calls it and catches it. And it's 13 losses in 15 games for the Arkansas Travelers. Final score, Frisco wins it 6-0. It's the first time the Travs are shut out since the 2005 season. Travs get shut out on 5 base hits. Frisco has won this series, taking the first 2 of a 3-game set. Winning pitcher will be Armando Galarraga, his first win against 6 losses. And Jesse Smith takes his second straight loss and falls to 3-4. The RoughRiders at 22-22. Even their record is 500. The Travelers fall to a league worst 15-29. And we'll have the Allstate Insurance postgame report coming up next on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Since 1901, the Arkansas Travelers have been making memories in the Natural State, like John Young launching a home run over the Mills Freeway to win the '77 Texas League title. People still talk about the explosive performances of Captain Dynamite or the Travs leadoff batter for the 1976 season, 3'4" Roscoe P. Stidman, and the unbelievable home run heroics of recent Travs Tommy Murphy and Mike Napoli.
And it's a grand slam! Tommy Murphy wins the game with a walk-off grand slam!
Now you, your friends, and family are invited to create some memories of your own as the Travs charge to the 74th and final season at Ray Winder Field.
Double play ends it. The Travs are the East Division champions.
Come share the excitement as the Arkansas Travelers celebrate their history with another winning season. For tickets, call 664-1555 or visit Travs.com.
Henry Morales has hit another ball onto the freeway. Get out of here.
The Arkansas Travelers, still the greatest game on dirt.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 and 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discounts you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate, Stan. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Company and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey guys, want another beer?
Another what?
Another beer?
I didn't have a beer. Did you have a beer? I don't think so.
Yes, you did. These beers right in front of you? Remember you ordered them from me?
Where? I mean, I remember eating the wings.
Yeah.
The wings are good. Are you sure we drank the beer?
Look, you guys came in, you ate the wings, you drank the beer.
Huh.
Whatever. You guys want another round?
Of what?
Beer.
Yeah, that sounds great. You want a beer? I would love a beer. Next time, try the light beer with the taste you won't forget. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
It's time now for the Allstate Insurance post-game show. Once again, here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Bill Elson.
Welcome back to Dr. Pepper Ballpark as the Travs lose for the 13th time in 15 games. Shut out for the first time in the 2006 season. The 5 hitters thrown by 4 Frisco pitchers. 6-0 the final score. Bill Elson with you for the Allstate Insurance postgame report. Get into the unofficial final totals. Arkansas, no runs, 5 hits, 2 errors, 6 men stranded. The Frisco RoughRiders, 6 runs on 11 hits, no errors, 7 men left on base. Winning pitcher is Armando Galarraga. Just a second victory for the RoughRiders in his 9 starts. Galarraga's first win of the season against 6 losses. Jesse Smith loses his 3rd straight start. He drops to 3-4. Nate Gold with the only home run, his 6th. Game time 2 hours 40 minutes in front of a paid crowd of 7,104. The majority of them dressed as empty seats. Recapping the ball game, it was scoreless going into the 4th inning when Nate Gold led off with his 6th home run of the year. Just the 3rd home run that Smith had allowed over the season, and it made it 1-0 Frisco, and that was pretty much all the RoughRiders would need. They would still tack on 3 more against Smith in the 5th inning. That came after the Travs had a chance to take the lead. They had loaded the bases against Armando Galarraga with a 1-out walk to Matt Brown, a 1-out single by Matt Pauley, 2 outs, and Jason Espita was hit by a pitch. But Dwayne Bacon flat out to right field, ending the Travelers' threat, and they would only have one more chance with a man on scoring position the rest of the way. For all intents and purposes, the RoughRiders put the game away in the 5th inning against Smith. 2 consecutive singles to lead off. Kevin Richardson and Kevin Mahar. Casey Benjamin rolled to second base with Mahar forced out at second. Benjamin beat Brandon Woods' relay to set up a 1st and 3rd situation. With 1 out, Adam Morrissey singled up the middle into center field, scoring Richardson. Dwayne Bacon misplayed the ground ball, allowing Benjamin to go 1st to 3rd and Morrissey into second base on the single. And a 2-out RBI double to the left field wall by Jim Pisano made it 4-0. RoughRiders tacked on a run in the 7th against Aaron Pullen. A 1-out single by Casey Benjamin and a double by Adam Morrissey moved in the 3rd. Pullen low to the bases, walking Nate Gold, and then Jim Pisano rolls out to second base. A force out at second, but on the play, Benjamin scores from 3rd to make it 5-0. Pullen would now allow another run in the 8th. He's low to the bases with nobody out, allows a sacrifice fly to Kevin Mahar. Meanwhile, the Travelers today managed only 8 base runners. There were the 5 base hits. They took 2 walks, had 1 man hit by a pitch. And the Travs is unable to muster any offense. Over the course of the 2 games of this series, the Travs have been held to 1 run and 10 base hits in 18 innings. So the Travs fall to 15-29. Frisco back to an even 500 record at 22-22. We'll come back next on the Allstate Insurance postgame report. The scores around the Texas and Major Leagues on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better because 2 great companies have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and SPC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with voice services, digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and singular wireless. Learn more at thenewatt.com. Introducing the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back to Dr. Pepper Ballpark on the Allstate Insurance postgame report, and it's starting to work on the field. Most of the fans are still making their way out. And we'll take a look at the scores from around the Texas and the Major Leagues on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. The RoughRiders started today 6 games off the pace in the Texas League South Division behind the Corpus Christi Hooks. Well, Corpus Christi shellacked Wichita 9-1. The Wranglers commit 4 errors in the loss and allowed 12 base hits. Jared Sandberg and Kenny Davidson went deep for Corpus Christi, while Angel Sanchez got his second home run for Wichita. Winning pitcher Josh Miller 6-3 for the Hooks, while Kyle Middleton falls to 3-3. 2 other games in progress. San Antonio is putting a hurting in Tulsa 7-2. The Missions with 14 base hits. The Drillers committed 3 errors, but Tulsa did get a home run from shortstop Troy Tulowitzki, his 5th of the year. At Springfield, a wild game. 7 runs between those teams in the first inning. Midland at a 4-3 lead. And then they have exchanged runs over the last 2 innings. It's currently a 7-7 tie in the 8th inning at Springfield. 3 Midland homers, Ronnie Merrill, Matt Allegra, and Brant Colomarino, while Cody Harther hit his 4th for the Springfield Cardinals. Over in the Major League, these are final scores today. Washington beat Houston 4-1. Ramon Ortiz the winner, 2-4. 3 homers for the Nationals, Jackson, Ward, and Soriano. Fernando Nieve, the losing pitcher, falls to 1-3. Chad Cordero saved his 6th. Astros got their only run on Morgan Ensberg's 15th homer of the year. The Florida Marlins beat the Cubbies 5-4 at Dolphin Stadium. Mike Jacobs a 2-run single in the 9th off Ryan Dempster for the winning margin. Kensing the winner, Dempster the loss. Barrett and Merton went deep for the Cubbies. Miguel Cabrera homered for the Marlins. Ken Griffey Jr. hits his 6th home run and drives in 4, leading the Reds to a 7-3 victory over Milwaukee. Ramirez the winner, 2-3. Evelyn the loser, 0-1. 2 finals in the American League. The Yankees beat the Red Sox 7-5. That'll draw New York within a game and a half of first place Boston. Johnny Damon and Alex Rodriguez went deep for the Yankees, who got a shot on the arm. The return of designated hitter Gary Sheffield. Jared Wright the winner, 2-3. Mariano Rivera saved his 9th. Losing pitcher for the Red Sox, Tim Wakefield, falls to 3-6. The Toronto Blue Jays win 4-1 over the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, and Roy Halladay won his 5th consecutive game. Halladay 6-1. B.J. Ryan saved his 11th. Shea Hillenbrand homered for the Blue Jays, his 5th of the year. Games currently in progress. The Angels and the Rangers tied in the 8th, a 6-6 score. Kendry Morales hit his first Major League home run in his 2nd big league at-bat. He is 3 for 4 with 2 runs batted in, but still, it is a score of 6-6. Angels and Rangers in the 8th inning. And now as we take a look at it, it is 7-6. The Angels have taken the lead in the 8th, and so they lead at Texas, trying to end a losing streak. The Angels' losing streak has reached 6 consecutive ball games. At Kansas City, the Tigers lead 7-5. Kansas City had scored 4 runs over the first 3 innings to take a 4-0 lead, but the Royals give up 7 runs from the start of the 6th, and the Tigers leading by 2 going into the bottom of the 8th. 2 homers by Mark Grudzielanek. Reggie Sanders and Emo Brown also homer. Carlos Guillen goes deep for Detroit, his 6th. Cleveland and Minnesota have taken a 5-5 tie into the top of the 9th inning. Eddie Perez has homered for the Tribe. Michael Kadire for the Twins. At Seattle, in the middle of the 3rd, Baltimore 4, and Seattle nothing. All 4 Oriole runs coming in the first inning. Ramon Hernandez hit his 7th home run. In the National League, and going into extra innings at Shea Stadium, the Mets and the Phillies are tied at 8. Phillies had a 3-run lead go by the wayside in the 8th innings. The Mets rally for 3 runs to tie it. Cliff Lloyd, Jose Reyes, and David Wright have homered for New York. David Bell homers for the Phillies. Pirates got a homer in the first inning from Jason Bay, his 11th, and it's 2-0 Pittsburgh at Arizona in the bottom of the 4th. San Diego won, Atlanta nothing after 3 at Petco Park, and the Dodgers lead Colorado 2-0 in the 2nd at Dodger Stadium. St. Louis and San Francisco, bottom of the 3rd inning, it's 4-2. The Cardinals leading. Albert Pujols at his 23rd home run, and that came in a 3-run first inning. Those are all the scores, and they're brought to you by Southwest Airlines and the Southwest Out-of-Town Scoreboard. Don't forget, you can always look for Southwest low airfares online at southwest.com. Trav shut out for the first time this season. A 6-0 final score. Frisco has taken 2 in a row in this series. We'll wrap up the broadcast after this on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safely. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with deductible reward. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible rewards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Wrapping things up at Dr. Pepper Ballpark in Frisco, the Travelers lose their 13th in 15 games and fall to 15-29. Shutout for the first time this season, a 6-0 final score. Frisco now at 22-22 after losing 4 of 5 to the Midland Rockhounds. They've taken 2 in a row from the Travs and have won this series going into the finale tomorrow. Give the official final totals here. Arkansas, no runs, 5 hits, 2 errors, stranding 6. And the RoughRiders score 6 runs on 11 hits, no errors. RoughRiders strand 7. Armando Galarraga, the winning pitcher, his record 1-6. Jesse Smith suffers the loss, his 3rd straight. Smith now 3-4. Time of game 2 hours 40 minutes, and the paid crowd was 7,104. Folks, the actual attendance tonight was about 2,000. Not many people here on a Tuesday night at the Soda Bottle. But Frisco has an outstanding game pitched by 4 pitchers. Armando Galarraga, Danny Touche with 2 innings. Shane Wallace and Jesse Carlson, each 1 inning of shutout work apiece. The first shutout against the Arkansas Travelers, and by virtue of that, Armando Galarraga will be tonight's BC Powder Player of the Game. BC Powder is the official pain reliever of the Travelers. It'll get into your system fast, go to work fast. There's headaches, backaches, or muscle pain. Nothing works faster than BC. Use as directed. So the Travs now on a 4-game losing streak will try to pick up a win tomorrow against the RoughRiders, a team that must be feeling pretty confident with their pitching staff, tossing their second shutout of the season. Pitching matchup tomorrow will feature Travs left-hander Daniel Davidson. Davidson 1-4 with an earned run average at 5.14. And we'll have our first look at a Frisco right-hander. It is Andy Walker making his 9th appearance and 5th start of the year. Walker is 2-2 with an ERA at 6.61. First pitch is 7:05 tomorrow. We'll have airtime for the ICT Tech pregame show at 6:40 right here on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE. We hope to have you on the broadcast with us tomorrow night. I'd like to thank Arlen Horn back at the studios, folks at minorleaguebaseball.com for getting us on the internet, and thanks to you fans for tuning in to our baseball broadcast tonight. Once again, that final score, the Frisco RoughRiders 6 and the Arkansas Travelers nothing. Folks, it's still only a game. We've said that 13 times over the last 2 weeks now. And we'll be talking more Traveler baseball again tomorrow night.
Today's game has been brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ICT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. You've been listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.